Hello. Hey, babe.
Hi.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. It's Mimi the lady
Yeah.
of
Yes,
Melanated Thoughts.
yes, indeed, man. I want to welcome everybody to another episode of Melanated Thought. Sorry about the hiatus. We both been busy. I am Reggie Oak.
And I am Mimi the lady.
And what a lovely lady she is.
Bomb chicka wow wow.
Yeah, buddy. Well, first of all, I want to say to everybody out there that's listening, that will be listening on the rebroadcast of this situation, Happy Mother's Day to all the single mothers out there. And to all the mothers out there just in general. And for everybody out there that don't have their mothers with them on the this astral plane, my heart goes out to you, but happy Mother's Day anyway.
Happily Heavenly Mother's Day to my mom. It's been since 2017, but it's still emotional.
Of course it is. It should be. That's your mom.
Went and sat with her yesterday, gave her some beautiful flowers. Hope she loved them, but happy Mother's Day to all the great mothers, godmothers, stepmothers.
Yeah, all the mothers.
Like one of my cousins sent me one. She said, "You're a mother because you're so loving and caring." Let me read it to you what she said. It just touched my
Okay,
heart.
go ahead.
So much. I was like, oh my God, this is so sweet. I should have put it up, but I didn't think I was going to say anything, but I think I can read it without getting emotional. She said, "And happy Mother's Day to you as well. You have mothered many through your love, prayers, financial givings, and other ways God has blessed you to be a blessing to others. Happy Mother's Day."
Oh, that's nice, man.
Thank you, Kay. I've truly touched my heart, and thank you so much, sweetie. So,
Yeah, that was a good one. That was nice.
Yes, it was.
That was nice.
Oh, man.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very interesting show because a lot has been going on since our last podcast. A whole lot. So, and the reason, and I call this show Jim Crow 2.0 because basically we're living in the revised edition of Jim Crow. Wouldn't you say, babe?
They trying to take us back. I'm not quite sure where they're trying to take us back to, but yeah, they trying to take us back down the river for some reason. I don't know.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it, man. No doubt about it. So I'm just, so I've had this idea in my head for long. The wife can tell you that, man. My co-host can tell you that. I've had this show in my head for the longest time, man. And like I said, we just never been able to get a chance to do it. But we're doing it now because it needs to be done. So here we are. But yeah, man, it's a beast. It's a beast. So buckle up, y'all.
Life is crazy right now.
Yeah.
Life is crazy for kids. Life is crazy for adults. Life is just crazy.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you 100%.
And it's just kind of, I know y'all heard me say this before. It's scary. It
Yeah.
is scary.
Yeah, it's getting to the point now, man, and my wife can attest to this. It's getting to the point to where you don't even want to go outside your door anymore. I mean, because one of the stories that we have hits really close to home. Because to be honest with you, me and the wife were there, about 2 months ago?
Well, for my birthday, January.
Yeah. But still, we were there. That's the
Yeah.
whole point. So... But,
I don't know.
but
You keep telling me, you trying to become a hermit. Yeah. I'm a child of God, don't get me wrong. I have faith the size of a mustard seed that expands the world. But sometimes just so you won't even get caught up in the mix, it just be like, do I really want to go?
yeah, I agree. I'm not knocking that at all. I mean, because, it's a, for lack of a better term, man, it's a bitch out there. And not a pretty one at that. So, anyway, let's get this music cracking. Yeah. So, anyway, how have you been during the hiatus, babe?
Well, as you can see, somebody has welcome back to the show, my voice.
Yeah.
Hey, girl. Hey. I might start coughing a little bit like I normally do, but not going to be as bad because my allergies are okay today. Even though I went out yesterday and went to the grave and sat with my mom for we was out there for almost like 3.5 hours, but it was so windy, but it felt good. But I don't know. But I'm glad my voice is kind of back to normal. So
Yeah.
welcome back to that. I'm just still taking one day at a time, living life. Praying to God to keep my marriage intact and headstrong, and we be there for one another and loving one another, because there's a lot of people are departing these days physically and emotionally.
No doubt about it. I agree with you on that.
Thank God I still have a job. Praise God. Hallelujah. Still looking for a home. So
Yep.
nothing has changed. Just been busy pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying.
Just
too.
been busy.
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying too. So yeah, same here, same deal with me. I mean, we've been busy. Like I said, the wife has been. That's part of the reason why we haven't really been on the show, because her voice hasn't been where it needed to be. And with her allergies, and my allergies, not as bad as hers, but still, my allergies are acting up too.
And what's so funny, I talked to my brother. He sound like me. I was like, man, this is crazy. But it's something in the air. And just people you can't find any allergy medicines. The shelves are bare.
No, you can't.
So.
I was in Walmart earlier today, man,
Wow.
and I said, and I had went through the allergy medicine aisle just so I could hook you up. I'm like, wait a minute, let me go through this aisle, see if they got anything. There was nothing there. All the good stuff was gone. Even the cheap shit was gone.
Yeah, so just do what you can. Just stay diligent, but it's nothing that's inevitable, because it's something in the air.
I agree with you on
In
that
the
one.
words of who's in there? I can feel it coming.
Phil Collins.
Yeah, shout out to Phil Collins. 'Cause that song, I know it's not about allergy, but I'm gonna relate it to allergies today.
Hey man,
It's
this song,
something in the air tonight.
that song is relatable to a lot of things.
Today in the morning is something in
doubt.
the air.
No
So,
doubt. No doubt.
Just a little side note right there.
Of course, man. Of course.
But yeah, so people just do your due diligence and take care of yourselves out there.
Oh man, definitely. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get the show started, man. My favorite section of the show: books every black person should read at least once in their lifetime. I only got 2 books this time.
Okay.
One of them I had posted on the show earlier, but the reason why I'm posting it again because it kind of relates to the topic. It is called The New Jim Crow by Michelle Alexander. Basically, this book talks about mass incarceration. But we already know that black people are more likely to get arrested than a white person. We know this for a fact.
Men and women.
Men and women, for no reason at all whatsoever. Because all somebody has to do is pick up a phone and say they did this, that, and the third, and guess what's going to happen?
Threatened.
Exactly. I feel threatened. And that's messed up. That is so messed up on so many levels.
Very.
But you can just make a phone call and somebody goes to jail, even if they didn't do anything.
Right.
I don't like that. That's not cool. But at any rate, that's one of the books I have, The New Jim Crow. And another book that I have is an old book that I read. I was a freshman in college when I read this book, because I had never seen the book before. It got published in 1970. This book right here, Black Power and the American Myth by C.T. Vivian. For those of you who don't know, C.T. Vivian was one of Dr. King's aides. And he wrote this book, and it had a really interesting perspective on the book. And I don't want to spoil the book for those that want to read it, but the premise of the book is that C.T. Vivian says that the civil rights movement as we know it failed. And I agree with him to a certain degree, because basically what C.T. Vivian was saying was that after they laid down the groundwork, we didn't continue to struggle. And he's absolutely correct. Once we started getting quote unquote good jobs and getting more and more educated, we became complacent. And when we got complacent, what happened was we stayed stagnant. We didn't stop because we got a quote piece of the pie, end quote, instead of asking for the fucking recipe so we can make our own pie. And that's his whole perspective about this book. And he is absolutely correct. I agree with him 100% on that aspect. We should not have stopped.
But, like we've mentioned on this show before, when things start to look like they might be going in our favor, that's like human nature. We'd be like, okay, maybe we can kind of like
ease up a little bit.
guide back just a little bit, or loosen the reins a little bit, but then they find a loophole and come in and just stick it once again, harder than the first time they stick us. But
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah, we should just kept going hard like we were
Exactly.
when we initially started.
Yeah, exactly. So, but anyway, those are 2 books that I have for this week, y'all. You got a bold word, babe?
I really don't have a bold word, but I just want to, since today is a special day for the mothers, I thought it would be commonary to do this quote.
Okay.
Happy Mother's Day. Black mama sayings you will never forget.
This is a good one.
Number 1, be back by the time the streetlights come on.
Oh, man, I remember that one.
Fix your face before I fix it for you.
Ooh, I damn sure remember that one. Ooh.
Now this one, we're going to shout out to the great Eddie Murphy for this one. We got McDonald's at home.
Hello. I've heard that before.
There is food at the house.
I've heard that before.
And shout out to the great Bill Cosby. Some think so, some don't. I brought you in this world and I'll take you out.
Ooh, I've heard that one too. I've heard that one too.
Shout out to my mama. Shut the door, you letting all the AC out.
Ooh. See, I lived in the country, so you shut the door, you let the flies in. Remember that one?
And another for my mama. When we get in this store, don't touch nothing. Don't ask me for nothing. Don't.
Oh, hello.
And don't hit the back of my heels with that basket.
Ooh.
And shout out to my daddy for this one. A hard head makes a soft behind.
Oh, yeah.
Stop all that crying before I give you something to cry about.
Ooh, remember that one.
And shout out to my grandmother for this one. You smelling yourself.
Yeah. My grandfather would say, you smelling your pee, boy. Yep.
Now shout out to my mother, because like I said, I graduated early, so I thought since I graduated early, I'm an adult now. She talking about you'll get treated like an adult when you start acting like one.
Oh.
But what do you mean? Let's see another one. Oh, she'll call home from work. Take out the meat.
Oh man, yeah. Take the meat out.
Take the meat out. Put it in the refrigerator. Take it. Put it in the sink.
Yeah.
Let's see one more.
Hey. I get that now. I get that now, y'all.
Hello.
Go ahead, babe.
I'm trying to do one more. I will knock the taste out your mouth. I think I heard that, but I ain't trying.
Well, see, this
and this one right here, even to her dying day, you will always be my baby.
Oh,
like I am a grown woman, you will always be my baby. So shout out to all the mothers, young and old. Pretty sure you done heard one of those.
I heard them all.
One of those you done heard.
Them
so
all.
Again, happy Mother's Day to just not all the black moms, but all the moms, because I'm pretty sure some other ethnicities that use some of these, but special shout out to the black mamas.
Oh,
these are saying that go generation after generation after generation.
But you left one out, babe. I'll start the black off of you.
Yeah, see, that's definitely for the black culture. That's the black mama. Wouldn't that be fun if a white mom would say that? I blocked them. They'd be like, what? But we're white.
Exactly.
So yeah, that was my homage to a strong black word.
Oh, that was cool right there. That was cool. That was cool. That was a bold enough word right there.
Absolutely.
Because I've heard all of those before.
Oh yeah.
I have, man.
10 times to the knot.
Let's get to these. We got a lot of them. Let's get to the current events, man.
The most devastating one, there's two. One here locally in Texas and then one around the world.
Let's talk about it.
Let's start home first. If you haven't known, there was a mass mall shooting in Allen, which is a premium outlet here, about 30 miles north of Dallas, about 45 for us here where we live. And like CP, like Radio said earlier in the broadcast, we was just there in January.
Yeah.
Because I want to go up there and get me some stuff for my birthday.
Yeah, and she did.
And beautiful place. Beautiful place. It's an outside mall. All the high-end names, mid names, low-end names, but it's a beautiful place. Unfortunately, we had an idiot, and I meant to say that, which has been found that he was a white supremacist.
No surprises.
Had the little, how you say the word, swastikas, tattoos.
Swastika
on his shoulder and on his body.
Right.
He shot up. He planned it, went out there and seen when would be the busiest time to go, what would be the best day to go, pulled up in his car, got out of his car, commenced the shooting.
WTF?
Yeah, of course he had the old famous gun that all the mass murderers use. Is that what is it? The
AR-15.
The AR-15, which again don't belong on the streets. It's a
here's the thing about that.
What is it? What's the? I don't want to say army because I think they all use it, right?
Well, it's actually military grade.
Military
weapon.
grade.
It's
That's what I'm looking
weapon,
for.
yeah.
So again, he was able to get it. But what got me? He was 30-something years old, still living at home with his parents. They think, and he called himself an incel. And so I looked at the word incel, and he said it was a hatred toward women because he tried to date them, but they wouldn't give him the time of day. Well, they show his picture. And I don't judge nobody. God, I don't, because I don't want nobody judging me. But he looked like a grown Eddie Munster. You know, with the pointed hair at the top, the real black hair, the bushy eyebrows, the cockeyed eyes. So, if this how you're presenting yourself when you meet women,
Well, here's the thing about that, man.
it's just that they didn't want to talk. They probably was scared of you, sir.
But see, yeah. That's what I was getting at right there.
And of course, old Ironside, he said that this is mental health, not to be blamed on the gun. Now, me and you had a conversation about this not too long ago.
Yeah.
This is not the first mass mass shooting that we had.
No.
Mass shooting has been going on since the late 70s, early 80s.
Longer than that, actually.
So was it called mental health then? Why all of a sudden within this last year and a half too, everything somebody do in this former realm is called mental health?
Well, see, here's the thing about it, though. And to piggyback off of what you said earlier, he had known white supremacist ties. They checked his Facebook page and everything like that. He was following the white supremacist websites, but his last name was Garcia, wasn't it? Okay, so he was a white Hispanic, and I kept telling people, and I've said this on this show on several occasions. There are a lot of Hispanics that classify themselves as white, and the reason why they do is because, think about this, babe. Where is Spain located?
Well, it's close to
It's in Europe, right?
close to. I'm trying to say which part of Europe though. Is it?
But it's in Europe, though.
Yeah, I think
that's
it's
what
on
I'm
the
getting
north
at.
side of Europe. So yeah,
That's what I'm getting
yeah.
at. It's in Europe, correct? So with Spain being in Europe, you know, of course he's going to have white supremacist ties because he's a white person, basically. I mean, with a last name Garcia, that makes him a white man with a taco. That's all that means.
It was a Mauricio Garcia.
Yeah. He's a white man with a taco, basically. No disrespect to the Hispanics out there, but that's what he is. So, you know, I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, so that shouldn't surprise anybody. And as far as Ironsides is concerned, you know, whenever it comes to a white person doing a mass shooting, all of a sudden
It's mental health.
they were mentally disturbed. It was a mental issue. It was something mental going on with him. But if a black person does it, oh, he's a thug. He has a criminal past. They start digging up stuff that he did. Oh, he forgot to turn a library book at the age of 6. They start digging up all kinds of shit on them if they're black.
He was 33 years old, and then it just, like I said before, it astounds me how once this person is identified, they come up with all this stuff about
all the
them.
excuses.
He was a far-right extremist.
See, there you go.
He had hard ties to their beliefs. He followed that narrative to the core.
Yep.
He ended up killing 8 people and wounding 7. The one that got me is that he shot at a family. The mother, the dad, and the baby brother all perished. And the oldest baby, he was 6. He lives. I can't even imagine what this baby finna endure.
He is going to be. He's not. I'm telling you right now. If I can quote Hank Hill from King of the Hill, that boy ain't gonna be right.
And they're saying. Then the father. The mother is still in the hospital. Their 2 daughters, they look alike, they like dressing alike. They weren't twins. They were shot. So now he has to plan a funerals for his 2 baby girls. His wife is in the hospital. They said she's, in fair condition, but she's not going to be released right now.
Right.
What is he going through?
Good question.
And then the lady who came down here, she wasn't even down here that long. She came down here for a better life. She's gone. Mm-hmm. The police officer who got shot trying to protect I'm like, it's just Ironside. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be disrespectful to this man. What's his name? Greg Abbott. Greg Abbott, this is not mental health, sir. You guys need to realize
this is hatred.
Y'all passed that gun law, and I meant to say y'all, that you can be 18 years old and get a gun. I saw this documentary where 2 17-and-a-half-year-olds counted down the time on the clock until it struck 12 midnight so they can go online and buy them a gun when they turn 18. Why did y'all pass this gun law? It seemed like ever since they passed this gun law, this is the domino effect. But you keep saying it's mental health. I don't think so.
It's not mental health at all.
It's gun. People picking up guns and using them because they have access to them.
And I agree with you on that to a certain degree.
I don't get it.
I know people that own AR-15s. The one thing that they don't do with those guns is go out and commit mass murders. So I tell people all the time that it's not the gun that does the damage. It's the person that's holding the gun that does all the damage. So, and it's not mental. And it's not mental either. This man flat out hated people.
Yeah.
That's not a mental thing. That's a personal, emotional thing. All right? That has nothing to do with his mental.
It was another, let me see. I had pulled up, like I said, I pulled up the definition of incel. I'm like, what does that mean? And it was another, like, okay, here it is. It's a member of an online community of young men who consider themselves unable to attract women sexually, typically associated with views that are hostile toward women and men who are sexually active. Got me.
Well,
So is that mental health too?
No, that's not mental health.
I have never heard nobody consider themselves an incel.
Let me say this real quick about that right there. Now, I'm not the most attractive man on the planet.
That's a lie.
Thank you, baby. I'm not the most attractive man on the planet, but I will say this right here. That my grandmother used to always say there's somebody for everybody. Okay? Now, the problem with people like this is that the women that they want to talk to don't want to talk to them.
Yeah, that's why I said this is the word I was looking for. It said they are quote unquote involuntarily celibate.
Involuntarily celibate. Well,
what's that comedian name? Is it D. Ray Davis? I'm just gonna quote it like he said. He said anybody can get pussy. Anybody can get pussy or dick, whatever you want. So what does this mean, involuntary celibate?
Well, see, here's the thing about it. See, he's celibate because he can't get he can't get any
who he wants. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, pretty much. That's it right there. The women that he want to talk to don't want to holler at him.
Well, maybe you didn't look like the little boy from the Monsters. You know, maybe like put a little light color in your hair and shade your eyebrows down a little bit and smile. Just smile.
And if you got a messed up grill, get veneers.
I mean, I don't know. Every picture I saw him, he's like tight-lipped. Like, I'm like, he looks, for lack of a better word, he look weird. And the way he look, ain't nobody gonna talk to you looking like that.
Well, see, like I said, man, you know, if you...
To me, he just come off as a misogynist to me. I'm sorry.
Well, see, if you're, you know, what I call...
You can't get who you want, obviously you're going to go to this club.
Exactly. Now, see, if you're what I call... I'm going to go ahead and say it. You know, this is a little bit off subject, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. If you're what I call game goofy, and obviously he was game goofy.
Game goofy? What
game
is
goofy.
That?
What that means is you don't know how to dress. You don't know how to present yourself to the ladies. So therefore, you have no game. You're game goofy. And that's what he was. He was game goofy. He was mad because he couldn't get the women that he wanted. Okay? Now, like I said, my grandmother told me a long time ago there's somebody out there for everybody. She said that. And she's absolutely correct. Anybody can get somebody.
Yeah. But the name of this, like I said, there's just so many different little cultures and cliques and online subscriptions. What? Online subculture.
Right.
Who define themselves as unable to find a romantic or sexual partner despite desiring one.
Well, see, like I said,
anybody can get what? I mean,
well, I'm just,
who's he
again,
desiring then?
Again, like I said, babe.
I mean, 'cause I'm like,
babe, let me tell you something. There's this chick I used to go to school with. She was not the prettiest woman on the planet, but I can tell you right now, she was never ever lonely.
I mean, not to be like, anybody can, I mean, which is true, anybody can get whatever, like I said, but there are some people, like, there is a true statement, and I do believe there is someone for everyone.
Yeah, my grandmother used to say that.
You know what I'm saying? So what's attracted to you might not be attracted to me.
Right.
But if you love it, I like it.
Right.
And if somebody says something, you just give them, like Bart Simpson say, give them the middle finger and go on with your love.
Yeah.
So why would you have to join a culture because you feel like you can get this crazy?
It's wild, man. And like I said, they just what they're doing right now, and by putting that out there, is making up excuses for his behavior.
A false narrative for the way he acted. Yeah,
pretty much.
Well, he went this way because he couldn't find nobody to date and he couldn't find nobody to love, which led to mental illness.
That's
or mental health.
On, like I said, they're looking for excuses
and he just
to
got
justify.
Frustrated. So if he got that frustrated, he wouldn't have been clocking or counting down the days that he was able to do. They found all kind of stuff in his phone.
I know it.
His computer that he targeted that particular mall.
I know it.
That particular day.
Yep.
That particular time.
Yep.
So what, you did all that because you was sexually frustrated?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Moving right along, man. Yeah.
Now the next story that was devastating to the world is, I'm pretty sure all you guys have seen it, heard it, or read about it. The subway rider choked the homeless man to death. Damn. I'm pretty, like I said, I know you guys have probably read the story or heard it, so I'm just going to do a little short synopsis of what I gathered from the story.
No, please do.
I really don't feel like this man should be dead. When I saw it gave me remnants of George Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
The man walked up and said he was hungry. That was the first thing out this man's mouth. He said, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, I got little to live for. Most time when you're delirious, even though people might look at me like, nah, girl, you don't never get hungry, I do get hungry.
She does.
And I do get hangry.
Yes, she does.
And if this man haven't ate, I think they said in like 2 weeks, this man was probably delirious. He wasn't putting his hands on nobody. Now, I done seen some people get all up in people's faces on the subway. I've seen people spit on people on the subway. This man wasn't doing any of that. He was just pretty much, for lack of better words, venting. Or he could have been out of his mind because he was delirious from hunger and thirst. For that quote-unquote vigilante army guy, supposed to call himself defending himself and the other passengers against this man,
I call bullshit.
I do too. Now, I know the other day you said it takes how many seconds before a person start losing air to their head?
10 to 15 minutes.
Okay, I thought they said 8 seconds or 10 seconds, something like that.
No. Actually, it takes about. Well, let me give people a little bit of background on myself. For those of you who don't know, I used to have a cousin that was a professional wrestler. Okay, and when he was saying that when somebody puts a sleeper hold on you, you're basically cutting off the blood circulation and the oxygen from the brain. Okay, and you can't put somebody to sleep with that hole, and that's exactly that's exactly the hole that he had old boy in. He had him in a sleeper hole,
but he put him to sleep. But I think wasn't he holding him too long? That pretty much
he held him too long.
Yeah,
because it's in 7 minutes. Once you cut the oxygen off the brain, it starts to shut down. Anything longer than 7 minutes, you're a dead man. And that's pretty much what happened. And I say that to say this. Whenever someone puts the sleeper hold on somebody, because Mr. USA Tony Atlas, that was his signature move with the sleeper hold. You have to wake them up afterwards. Okay? And that means you have to rub the circulation back into their brain and so that they can wake up. Because if you don't wake them up, you can kill them.
Okay, the young man we're talking about, his name is Jordan Neely.
Yeah.
Neely.
Yeah.
This happened in Manhattan, in New York, of course.
Yeah.
He was screaming, but he wasn't like all up in people's faces or whatever.
No, he wasn't.
And then what makes it so bad, is the young man, I'm trying to find his name, the little vigilante. He came up from behind him.
Yeah.
And put him in. I mean, if you were going to try to help the man, you should be like, sir. You know, kind of trying to console him, but you didn't even try to talk to him or anything. You just walked up behind him and put him in a chokehold.
And I think the motherfuckers that helped him out should go to jail too.
Yeah, me too. I don't think that was right. It was like 2 other men.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the vigilante's name. I don't even know what his name is.
Oh, you'll find it. Keep looking. I've seen it.
But the big thing is also, after that happened, he went home.
Yeah.
Just the other day, they finally decided to charge him.
That's because everybody kept saying something.
Yeah, because his family was like, oh, no, this is not right. He murdered him. You held him for 15 or more minutes?
Yeah.
That's too long.
In a sleep
If
home.
you just want to get him to calm down, put him in a chokehold, like you said, 10, 12 minutes at the most, so he calmed down.
Not even that
And they
long.
said they literally saw this man's body go limp. So if he was going limp, you could have, and it was 2 other guys helping you, y'all could have made a decision like, okay, I think he done calmed down now me. Okay, let him go. But you can hear people on the train saying, let him go. He's not moving, but he just held on. He held on for dear life.
He was locked on. He was locked. I saw how he was locked on. He was locked on him like a pit bull.
That's why it reminded me of George Floyd, because just laying there, just limp, and you steady, just... Well, shout out to Mr. Neely's family. I hope they get the justice they need, because this was, again, captured on film, and it's going to be kind of hard to fight this one, because I personally feel like it was unnecessary.
I agree.
The man was just saying he was hungry.
That's all I was saying. That's all it was doing. He was saying he was hungry. He was saying, hey, I'm hungry. I ain't had nothing to eat in a minute. Blah, blah, blah. Hook a brother up.
And so they're going to charge him with manslaughter.
Yeah.
His name is Daniel Penny.
Yeah.
They're going to charge him with manslaughter. So,
Okay. Yeah, he turned himself in, didn't he?
Eventually.
Yeah.
After
people kept
almost
bitching
like
about
a
it.
week or 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, God, that's crazy.
Yeah, so it's a good thing that he turned himself in, but on the other side of the coin, man, he should have never got away in the first place.
Right.
And that's another reason
Well, he
why.
stayed till the police came, but they just told him to go home.
And that's another reason why I named this show Jim Crow 2.0, because of that fact.
And I've heard that too. Shout out to Roland Martin. Roland, like, now, if that role was reversed,
Oh yeah, he would have
if
been
that
put
was
in
a
jail.
black army man or serviceman, however, put a white man, because you done seen some crazy white people too.
No doubt.
How would that have happened?
Oh, you already know what would have happened. Now, I'm not a Roland Martin fan. I have made that perfectly clear on this show. But he is absolutely correct. If the roles were reversed and he was black, they would have he would have been arrested that night or early the next morning.
They would have had their trial by now. They'd be serving time.
For real.
It would have been no
He would have
ifs,
been tried
ands, or
and
buts
convicted.
about it.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Go home. Oh no, you finna go to jail.
Oh no, your home is gonna be the 6x6 cell, bro.
Right.
For the rest of your life.
Right.
You killed a white man, so yeah. What else you got, baby?
Okay, the FBI has launched an investigation in McCurtain County following a disturbing recording obtained by News 8. I'm sorry.
Let me tell y'all something about McCurtain County. That's my home spot.
Yeah, that's why I would wait for you to say, okay, sir.
That's my home spot. I'm from McCurtain County, born and raised. Okay?
It revealed that a county official was discussing plans to beat, kill, and bury 2 newspaper reporters in Idabel.
I'm from, you know what?
It's not funny, but it's just like, really?
Here's the thing.
Why?
Here's the deal.
So you can explain this story, yeah.
Here's the deal. Okay? Now, these McCurtain County officials, these are actually people in Idabel, Oklahoma, where I come from. They were actually, it gets deeper than that, actually. They were talking about, doing shit to black folks, too. It gets deeper. It gets way deeper than that. And if I would have had their phone, I would have called my cousin Michael Hatchett, because he lives in Idabel right now at this very minute. Him and his wife and a few other and a whole bunch of my cousins and stuff were protesting and kept bugging the shit out of them people, and they got him out of there, made him resign. So I want to say to my cousin Michael Hatchett,
Yeah, it was good to see all the protesters out there with their signs and everything. Because I didn't even know Ida Bell still had this many people in it.
Oh, hell
First of all.
Oh, yeah. See, she's been there. That's why she's saying that.
Yeah.
She's been there. So, but yeah, man, it's deep, man. It got real deep. So I can say this real quick, man. I'm not surprised that something like that happened in Ida Bell, because we have to understand something. In 1980, there was a race riot in Ida Bell. Okay, I've talked about this before on this very podcast. Mm-hmm. So I'm not surprised. It doesn't surprise me at all.
But 30 years later, we're still here?
Yeah. I'm not surprised.
Wow.
I am not surprised at all. That doesn't surprise me not one little bit.
That's like you said, like I said, that's close to home.
That's very close to home, because that's is home to me. Home. So yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's very close to home. Allen is close to home, but this right here,
it's close to home.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, that's crazy. But people got to realize you can't have that rhetoric out here in this world. And you don't know who recording you, who done tapped their phone. You don't know what's going on. So if you really feel like that about that, do that behind closed doors. Keep that to yourself. And here's another one. Go back to Africa, little monkey.
Oh.
A crazy Florida woman allegedly takes shovels, spray paint to her black neighbor's property, leaving behind $7,000 in damages. Now she faces hate crime charges.
Hold on.
First of all, Africa monkey.
Did you see that video?
That's what I was looking at, and she looks like a monkey. If you ask me, by her hair.
She looks like a man in the face, don't she?
Her eyes. She looks like one of them blonde hair monkeys that I've seen before.
Oh, an orangutan?
Whoever. Mr. Matthew Roberts said he has been harassed by Yamil LaChapelle Ortiz.
Another white Hispanic.
For months because of his skin color. Look, honey, get used to the program. Because if you think about it, your last name is Ortiz. You're not white.
No, she's white. She's a white Hispanic. I told you, it's a lot of those Hispanics that claim themselves white.
She's not white. She's not no. So she dig deep down in her history. She probably find some Roberts.
Oh, she probably So you're saying she's under the illusion of inclusion?
Exactly. I'm like, how you gonna call somebody a monkey and tell them to go back to Africa?
Oh man,
somebody go by your last name and tell you to go back to Mexico, ma'am,
or go back to Spain,
or if higher, yeah,
wherever you come from.
Girl,
tell you here's a burrito and going about your business.
5 o'clock in the morning.
5 o'clock. I saw that, man. Cause like the dude had cameras around his house, and she was taking the shovel and trying to knock the cameras out.
Then took the spray paint and
spray paint his car.
His car with a swastika all over his truck.
Yeah,
babe, I wish. Ooh, man, I just understand the gall of people these days. Everybody just about have a Ring camera.
Yeah.
If not, the light poles outside have cameras.
Thank you.
Why would you even? Or if I don't have one, my neighbors have one.
Yeah.
Why would you even keep that hatred in your house? Now you finna do time, ma'am.
I agree with you on that. And I look at it like this, man. If there's somebody on your block that you don't like, don't talk to them. Ignore them.
Well, here's another one. This all we have in the world now is all this Jim Crow stuff, which just ties back to all these stories. Quote, "You dumb black nigger."
Oh.
End quote.
Oh.
A Michigan man launches racist attack on FedEx. Why people have so against these FedEx drivers and these Uber drivers?
You know what? I read about that one, man. Go ahead, continue. I'm sorry.
He follows him on his route, then try to punch him. Then he stole some packages.
Wow.
Now this is what I consider mental health. This is mental illness. You mean to tell me that my skin color, and I'm a working skin color, or is it the sound of my truck? See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking. It has to be something mental. And then you're going to try to punch me, and then you stole some packages. What?
Hold on.
Now that is mental health. People with guns ain't no mental health. Cause you smart enough to buy a gun, you ain't got no mental health.
I agree with you on that. See,
but this is his name is Terrell Lemsey, the FedEx driver.
Yeah. Well, name not Terrell. It had to be a brother.
This happened in Portaga, Michigan.
Wow.
And of course, this was caught on his dash cam of his vehicle.
See, there you go, man. Come on, man. There's cameras everywhere.
But why are you following this man on his route? And again, when he took out riding, of course, this was caught on a neighbor's Ring doorbell camera.
Of course it was.
I think people do this. They thinking they're gonna get away with it.
Let me say something. Let me say this real quick, babe. Now, I think it was a few days ago you said you want to get a Ring camera for us.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100% because you never know who's going. Because, like, let's say I'm out at work. I can't protect the house. Somebody knocks on the door that you don't know who the hell it is. You can look at their Ring camera and see exactly who it is. Because we get stuff from Amazon all the time. Do we not?
Mm-hmm. I got a personal relationship with the UPS man. I can hear him walk on the street. He be calling my name. I be like, I'm coming. I have a personal relationship.
She
with
really
him.
does, y'all.
Yeah.
She really does, y'all. But
this is what got me about this story. He said the guy walked up to him while he was sitting in his truck and said, "Forgive your father."
what?
What does that mean? And then he tried to hit the man in the face, hit Mr. Limpsey in his face. And when he tried to hit him, Mr. Limpsey used one of the packages to kind of like slap the man's hands away. And that's when he become a "you dumb black nigger." And then he, told man, get off my truck. And then he tried to drive away. And he started following him. That's mental health.
You know what, babe? I disagree. That's not mental health. Okay, that's just a stupid ass white person acting a fool. That's all that is.
He was being real nice to them, and he said, I was shocked and I was confused. He said, by this time I'm getting irate, and I kept telling the man, get down, get off my truck, get down, get off my truck. You can't be up here. But he just kept coming on, calling him the N-word the whole time, rambling other things, talking about a dog, and I don't know, maybe, you know what, maybe he think he hit his dog with the truck.
Huh.
Because I know the way these FedEx trucks be speeding over here. He probably was speeding.
Man.
I don't know. This is just a weird story to me.
Yeah.
But why everything got to be a dumb nigger and all that? That's just, I don't know.
Well,
Then he started saying stuff about the devil. The devil was in the boxes that was on his truck.
Well, okay. Well, I stand corrected. That is mental
That's
health.
mental
right
health.
There. That's mental health right there. I stand
mental
corrected
health.
on that. Yeah, that's
no
mental
gun
health.
was involved, but this man was acting like something was wrong. And that's how you gonna know the devil did. The devil talking about, okay, I'm building this UPS truck on Thursday.
Look at me.
Come in there and get me out of there.
Here's my schedule right
You
here.
know, I don't know. But shout out to Brother Limpsey. Hopefully everything will be okay.
I hope so, man.
Hopefully they convict this man.
I hope so.
Or maybe you can get a new route. I just stay strong, my brother, because you just got to protect yourself and others these days.
For sure. Keep that thing on you if you got it. I'm just being honest.
Now back to one of your favorite stories.
Uh-oh.
Reparations.
Here we go.
You and I had a discussion about this again. Why California always get everything. And you kind of explained to me why. Mm-hmm. California Reparation Task Force recommends a down payment for racism and slavery ahead of criminal vote. Now, I think you and I spoke, I think you was telling me that they was trying to pass a bill that every California would get reparations for how much? I think you said $240,000.
Yeah, it's something like that.
And
no, it's 1.2 million.
Oh, each. Okay. I
Something
thought
like
it was
that.
200. Okay, 1 point.
Something like
okay. Now they're trying to say they're gonna give you a down payment on it.
Well, you know,
like I told you, bruh, they ain't gonna give y'all nothing.
Well, see, here's the thing about it.
They ain't gonna give y'all nothing. It's gonna always be something.
There is a caveat to that. There's an update on that. The California governor, I can't remember his name to save my life, but he's not for cash payment for reparations. He said that. He made that announcement. So he's for reparations, but not cash payment.
Well, this is something right here. It says the estimated range is from $2,300 per person for every year they resided in the state for the over-policing of black communities, up to $77,000 per person for black-owned business losses and devastation over the years. Oh, sorry, not devastation, devaluations over the years.
No, that's not going to work.
I don't know what this means.
That's not going to work.
Because reparations should have been since 400 years ago.
Yeah, Frederick
Plus
Douglass.
400 years ago.
Frederick Douglass is trying to get reparations for black people way back when. That's a lot. That's what a lot of people don't
This
know.
must be about something else. 'Cause this is not gonna work.
No. That's for reparations. Like I said, what they're trying to do is they're trying to change the language now, so they won't get any money out of it.
And then you gotta prove that you've been there for so long. But what if like I said,
Now that's understandable. I get that part. I understand that, but I understand that 100%.
But what the ones who was born and raised there, but they decided to leave because they weren't getting nowhere and move. So can they go back and get it? They were born and raised there.
Well, see,
they left just for a better life.
I agree. That's a good question. That's a really good question.
California is a rich. I mean, it's expensive.
It's very expensive. I got cousins that live there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know. You ain't gotta tell me. I know.
Well, like I said, I'm not a big component.
I think the cash payments. I'm for the cash payments, but the governor, I can't remember his name right now.
Okay, here it is. Hypothetically, a 71-year-old black resident who lived in the state their entire lives will receive more than $1.2 million in reparations. Okay, that's what you was talking about.
Okay, yeah, and it should be like a cash payment in general for everybody.
Now they talking about down payments.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna give y'all $3 this month. And then next one, we're going to boost it up in 5 years. We're going to give y'all $5 in 5 more years.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like, right?
They're not no $1.2 million in no one time.
Nah, I agree with you on
If
that.
they do, they're going to tax the hell out of it.
They're going to tax the hell out of it.
Please don't get me wrong, people. I'm not speaking against reparations.
Oh, no, me
I'm
either.
not. But I'm just looking at the patterns with things over the years.
We know how white folks are.
Right.
Plain and simple. They'll say one thing and do something completely different. Like our Native American brothers and sisters said, white man speak with forked tongue.
And I could be a little biased to this because I don't understand. If I'm having 401k taken out of my check and I need to take out 401k, why I gotta get penalized?
Good question. It's your money.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why I'm thinking they're not gonna give you 1.2%, 1.2 million nothing without some kind of penalty, some kind of fee, or some kind of taxes.
Right.
But if they do, I'll eat them words like a Pac-Man, like Miss Pac-Man. But I don't think they will.
You know what? I agree with you. I agree with you too. So I agree with you 100%. But I hope that it does happen.
Yeah, me too.
I really
definitely
do. I hope that it does happen.
I do. Because like you said before, many times on this podcast and in our private conversations, this country was built on the back of black people.
Black slave labor.
Even though many people come and steal patterns for us and say, oh yeah, I created it. And we were the first one who did it and stuff like that. That is not true. It has been proven facts. Not fake news. Proven facts.
Yeah.
That this country was pretty much built because of the mastermind of a black man or woman. So, I think we should be
compensated. Definitely, man. So, we're owed that, plain and simple.
Exactly.
We're owed that because back then, and here's a little bit of a history lesson because people that know anything about me know I'm big on history. Here's a history lesson for everybody. When the slaves were freed, when the slaves were freed, the slave owners got compensated for it because they lost property. The government compensated them. It was X amount of dollars for however many slaves you owned. They got compensated for that. So they got reparations. Whereas ours.
Right, that's what I'm saying. How can they get it and we don't?
Yeah, exactly. We did all the work. The only thing they did was crack a whip and say, nigga, pick up that bale of hay.
Well, here's another story I wish would have happened, but not unfortunately. Fortunately, I went to some HBCUs, but we did have some other races there, but I don't know what I would have done if a situation like this would have popped off. Okay. Quote, I am going to make them pick fucking cotton, end quote. A University of Wisconsin student called for expulsion of classmate who went on a racist rant in a viral video saying she gonna make black people pick cotton.
Yeah, I saw the video. I saw the video.
Now, what say you went to?
I went to University of Oklahoma,
which is a predominantly
white institution.
And what would happen if you? Yeah,
I probably would have got expelled. I probably would have got kicked off the campus. I would have whooped somebody's ass. telling me to pick cotton.
I don't know what was
How about
going
you
on.
How about you pick my teeth out of my fist? How about that?
I'm going to read to you what she was saying. She said in the video, she kept referring to black people as the N-word and wishing harm on them.
Of course.
As she was crying. Quote, I am going to go back and hurt every fucking little nigger who fucking did me wrong. I literally hate all of them. I'm going to make them pick fucking cotton in the fields all day long until they die of fucking thirst.
Wow.
Their bodies are going to dry out because of how much cotton they are picking for me.
What? Okay, babe, you as a black woman.
You ain't even gotta ask me that question.
All right. Okay, I won't. I want to insult your intelligence. I apologize. I apologize.
You know, some people say just ignore it. Just like she was venting, she was going through something. You can tell she was upset because she was crying. I don't care if she was crying. I don't care what she was doing. That was unnecessary.
Let me tell you something.
That just shows her upbringing.
My grandfather told me a long time ago.
Thoughts.
My grandfather told me this a long time ago. 3 people tell the truth: children, drunks, and people that are pissed the fuck off.
Well, mine was children, drunks, and old people. Because that's why I said, Lord, just let me live long enough. I'm just going to say whatever I want. Just going to be looking at you. Hey, baby. You know you ugly, right? Yeah. I have some old people in my life, baby. Some are still here with me and some is going on. You be like, what you just say? It be looking at you like, You'd be like, okay, well, maybe I am. You know, you sort of second guess yourself. Well, maybe I am. Yeah.
For those of you, that are listening that knew my grandfather, Mr. Elbert Banks, that man would say whatever the hell he wanted to say, and look at you like, yeah, I said it. What you gonna do?
I want to get to that age. So I'd be like,
Grandpa.
What?
Grandpa would tell you in a minute. These boys are. Boys are ugly child. Grandpa, well, shit is. Okay, all right, Grandpa.
And I'd be like, no, Granny. Oh, no, put on blast. But I'd be like, no, Granny, you know, God made us all their own image. He wasn't looking too good that day. I'd be like, what? Yes, ma'am. Well, here's another story. I'm just going to go by there because, like I said, obviously she was dealing with something and her true inner thoughts came out on viral video.
Somebody black pissed her off.
So
That's what that is.
She's not even old enough to know about picking cotton.
No, she ain't, man.
So obviously this must be her ancestor speaking through her. That's where it's coming from.
But before you go to the next one, I had a classmate. His name is Chico Sullivan. Chico was cool in high school. He was cool. You know, we kick it with Chico, joke around with Chico. He was all right. Now, let's speed up to like about, I don't know, let's say about 2015, 2016. I see Chico on Facebook, and he's talking, you know, back when Colin Kaepernick was protesting. Chico had all kinds of negative shit to say about Colin Kaepernick. Something that happened to a black person, the first thing he starts saying is, let's see what the blacks got to say about this. And so I got on there and I said, Chico, you might want to tread lightly, man, because you got black people that's on your page. And so when Terrence Crutcher got shot in Tulsa, I posted on my Facebook page, I want everybody that had all the smoke for Colin Kaepernick to say something about this. Let's have that same energy, y'all. Let's see what you got to say about that. I damn near heard crickets.
Of course.
Chico didn't say shit.
Of course. That's how I normally go.
Yeah.
That's normally how
I called him out personally. Said, you ain't got nothing to say, Chico? You had all that smoke a while back. Let's see what you got now. Yeah. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Well, here's another story, and then I'm going to do another story, and then we're going to lead into the show's topic.
All right.
I know you guys have heard about Andrew the little, oh God, I just had his name. Sorry, hold on. The young black man who got shot because he run the wrong doorbell. Ralph Yarl.
Yeah.
Ralph Yarl. I think he's doing better. Last I seen, he was doing better. Praise God, he did not succumb to his injuries. This young man was simply rung the wrong doorbell, trying to pick up his brother, I believe.
Yeah.
And got shot. But now the latest story is the homeowner, the guy who shot. His name was Andrew Lester. The man, he was an older man who shot the black teen. His grandson is calling him out and saying that he talked bad about black people all the time.
I'm not surprised.
You know, because when it first happened, the man was like, he felt threatened. He didn't know who it was. The young black man was acting erratic and all that.
Oh, yeah, it's always
and just
an excuse.
luckily, somebody again across the street, doorbell camera caught everything. And then the neighbor next door, she the one who pretty much saved Ralph's life because she put pressure on the wound and, you know, told somebody to call the police and everything like that. They were like, no, that is not what I saw. But to have your own grandson come out and call you out is pretty much being a racist. Damn. He was on Don Lemon show. Shout out to Don Lemon. Don Lemon got fired.
Yeah.
A little side note right here. Now y'all know. Every night at 9 o'clock, me and Don Lemon had a love affair. I used to look at him for 2 hours. Then they moved him to mornings, and I don't be up that time morning. So I wouldn't really catch him, but then I'll go back and look at some of his replays on YouTube.
Right.
But this young man went on the Don Lemon show and pretty much put his grandfather on whole blast.
Put all his business out there.
And it's just amazing. You know, he did admit that he had become estranged from his grandfather over the years because his grandfather began to gather and filter the right-wing conspiracy theories. Like, he believed everything that happened on January 6th was supposed to happen.
Okay.
Which is a crock of shit. And, excuse my language, that's how I feel. Because, like I said again, if that situation was reversed and it was a bunch of us climbing those stairs and banging on those windows, it would have been a mass murder. The military would have came out. It wouldn't have been no military. It would have been a bunch of ambulance with body bags.
Thank you. The military would have came out and shot everybody up. That's what I'm saying.
So, you know, that's just how I feel. I'm sorry. But, you know, I don't know if I want to applaud this young man or what, but he pretty much said that his grandfather talked about black people, gay people, immigrants. He thought that he was becoming paranoid, but he was really radical with his empathy, because all of a sudden this happened when Donald Trump got in office. Well, I'm not gonna blame Donald Trump. No, this probably was something within this man all along. But like I've said over the time on this podcast, a lot of people got them nuts though.
Oh yeah.
When Donald Trump got, he be like, okay, I got one of my own on the major dance floor in the world. Yeah. I think I can start dancing too. Yeah. And now this man done shot an innocent baby.
Now, how many times have I said that on this podcast, babe? Mm-hmm. Several times, right? Mm-hmm. Exactly. So I'm not surprised that Paul was racist as hell. I'm not surprised at all. But to have your grandson come out and say, oh yeah, he's a racist. I saw the video of the grandson talking about, yeah, grandpa's a racist. He's racist as hell. He don't like nobody.
But this is what got me.
I'm listening.
His grandfather sent out a text message and it said, quote, I am deeply saddened by what happened. It's a tragedy and I believe the responsible party must be held accountable. Baby, it's you.
WTF?
You shot that young man. That's your house.
That's your house, unless somebody live there besides you.
That's what I said to her. So okay. Now would this, no, you know, let me take that back. Now would this be considered mental health? No. Or is it just a straight up racist?
Straight up racist, man. Come on, call it what it is.
You just saw a young black kid on your porch. You thought he probably did thought he was trying to break in, but I don't know too many people who ring the doorbell when they breaking in.
Now, I don't know of any either.
But thank God this young man did not succumb to his
I'm glad of that.
To his injuries, and
I'm glad of that.
He'll recover fully. So shout out to, I'm gonna go ahead and give a shout out to the grandson. Like I said, even though they were estranged, he probably had motives behind this. I don't know, but you know, for a while, I think they were gonna try to give this grandfather leeway. Because one, he was older. Two, supposedly he couldn't see very well, and then three, he would try to act like he don't know what happened.
Honestly,
but then this grandson came like, nah, I call bullshit.
Honestly, I'm just gonna be honest. Right. I'm just gonna be honest, babe. Just between me, you, and the fence post. Grandpa was racist as hell. Yeah. Plain and simple, man. He knew what he was doing. Yeah. He ain't stupid.
If you done adapted the ideology of Trump narrative, yeah, because Trump told you pretty much, yeah, I'm a racist, and I got the most powerful job in the world. So,
man, let me tell you something about Donald Trump, and you can go on to the next story. I'm gonna say this about Donald Trump. Donald Trump, like you said, gave everybody some really big cojones when he got in office.
Dude, I don't understand that.
I mean, I look at it like this.
I just
you came all the way out here. You came all the way out the closet, for lack of a better term, to be yourself once Donald Trump got in the office. Because I can tell you right now, man, when Donald Trump got elected, all the white folks that I used to talk to at work, they stopped talking to me. They stopped talking to me altogether because Donald Trump became president. Next thing you know, I saw all kinds of MAGA hats and all kinds of bullshit like that at work. I'm like, oh, okay, that explains it.
Well, do you miss him?
No.
I mean,
Now, I was just about to ask you. Now, ask me how much sleep I lost after that.
exactly. I mean, did you lose anything?
I didn't lose a damn thing. Shit, you just showed your true colors.
Did you get ill?
Nah, not at all. I'd rather you be racist in my face.
Did you cry? Shed a tear?
Not at all. I like my racism in my face, so that way I can deal with your ass.
Exactly.
Now, I'm not hurt. I'll be all right. Trust me.
All right. So here's the next story that's going to lead us up to the Jim Crow.
All right.
Clarence Thomas.
What?
Of course, he's back in the news. Now, supposedly, I'm not going to put all my business on Front Street, but he supposedly has accepted luxury trips from this big-time businessman here in Texas. Dang. Dallas, Texas, who goes by the name, well, I'm not going to go by the who name is Harlan Crow. He pretty much, to me, he bought Clarence Thomas vote. I'm gonna put it like that, because he done paid for him some luxury trips and vacations, and paid for his I think it was like his godson or grandson's tuition. And now, if Clarence Thomas is a Supreme Court justice, I'm pretty sure they get paid a nice salary.
Yeah.
So why is Harlan Crow, who was a businessman that needs some of these laws probably subsided so his business can grow, buying you luxury vacations and trips and paying for your child's tuition?
You just answered your own question.
I don't know. I didn't know. I'm like, why is it? Why is he doing this?
You just answered your own question to get those laws he wants passed. That's what they do. See, people have to understand something about the U.S. government. Those are some of the biggest crooks on the planet. Okay? Ray Ray from down the street that's known for breaking in people's houses ain't got shit on people in Congress. Nothing at all. And remember, I told you this too. The biggest drug addicts are rich white people.
Well, this brings me to a question.
I'm listening.
When you become a part of one of the highest courts in the land,
Right.
that pretty much set the narrative about how we supposed to live,
Right.
what happened to ethics?
They went out.
Aren't you supposed to not take, for lack of better words, bribes?
Yeah.
Or luxury items?
You're supposed to
money.
You're supposed to be the measuring stick. You're supposed to be the measuring stick. Let's put it like that.
Now, this is one thing I did learn in civil law. When you are a government official, if you accept anything over $25, you have to show it.
You have to show it, yeah.
So did he prove why he got these luxury trips? Did he prove why this man was buying and paying for his child's tuition?
No.
Or did you just write off as a charity donation?
That's pretty much what he did.
You know, that's why I don't understand. And again, I've said this on this show before. Why is this man holding his seat down for so long? It's 9 justices on the court?
Yeah.
Why is this man holding this particular seat for so long?
Well,
he haven't done nothing for you. He haven't done nothing for me. He, like I said before, his wife is running that seat.
Pretty much.
And she pretty much says she is 100% backer of who?
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. So again, you know, I think I was looking at something, and they said Clarence Thomas was part of the narrative about when all the black civil leaders back then was trying to where they were helping black people get off, what is it called, the rent relief or something.
I know what something about, yeah.
He was part of that.
Okay.
That was in what, 60, 70?
Yeah.
We're in 2023. What else can y'all say that this man has done since then?
Nothing. He hasn't done anything, and that didn't really help black people. That helped poor white women more than anything.
I was just going to say, because their husbands went to war.
Exactly.
So again, what has he done for you?
Nothing.
Black man. What has he done for me? Black woman.
Nothing. And he's not going to. That's why he's been in office for so long, because people like him are not going to do anything for black people. Now, see, that's why they hated Thurgood Marshall, God bless the dead, when he was alive.
Amen.
That's why they hated him.
Mm-hmm. And Ketanji?
Yeah, I mean,
I hate to pull you up in this, girl, but I haven't seen nothing or heard nothing you've done since you've been in there and got your robe. You come on, Kamala.
I kept telling people.
You kind of becoming like Kamala to me. I haven't heard your name. I haven't heard nothing since she got your robe.
I kept telling people.
But before that, you was all over the place.
I kept
Kamala.
I kept telling people.
Now, I'm not gonna put you out the ring. It ain't been that long. I don't think it's been a year yet.
Let's give it some time. Let's give it some time. Let's give it some time.
Step it up, my friend.
Let's give it some time. Plain and simple. So, one more story, babe. I want you to look this up real quick. Ron DeSantis.
I had it on my list.
Oh, you already got it.
I was going to talk about that part of the Jim Crow, because he is the definition, or what do we call it, the poster boy,
for real,
of Jim Crow.
Speak on that.
Please
do.
Well, let's go ahead and lead into the story.
All right.
Jim Crow.
Hold on. Let me change
2.0.
the screen. Yeah. Go ahead and start talking about it.
If all of you guys do not know who this is, Ronald Dion DeSantis is an American politician, and he was a former military officer.
Why does it not surprise me?
And he is the governor of Florida.
Of all places.
I really don't know what to say about this man. I've heard different things along the way. I heard he was like a #1 supporter of Trump.
Yep.
And now Trump is trying to cancel him now. And if y'all haven't heard, Trump is running again for 2024.
That shouldn't surprise anybody.
And he pretty much just told DeSantis, kiss my ass. I don't know what to say about Ronda. It's like one minute he be like, okay, and then he turn around and do a whole different thing. First of all, the first thing he did, he banned books. And then he did something with all the Divine Nine in the colleges. And then he did, help me out here.
Okay, let's count it down. He
what's
banned
the name
books.
the abortion with the women. Just stupid stuff.
Okay.
That has nothing to do with the governor of Florida.
Well, let's count it down real quick. Banned books. Did something with the Panhellenic Council, the Black Panhellenic Council.
Told women they can't get abortion. You gotta go to another
told women they can't get an abortion. I know why that is.
That's not your business, sir.
But the icing on the cake was the one that I told you about earlier today. You already know about that one.
Go ahead and speak on it though. Tell the people.
Okay. Well, another thing that he did, which is going to segue into what I'm getting ready to talk about. He kicked Black history out of schools.
So he banned books.
Yeah, kicked Black history completely out of schools. But Asian American and Pacific Islander history, that's going to be required now. Which means that you can't learn about Malcolm X and you can't learn about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., but you can learn about Bruce Lee and The Rock.
Color for the protection, baby. They ain't got that melanin like you do, honey.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I agree with you on that.
Now, what's the guy you like, the black karate guy?
Michael Jai White.
Michael Jai White.
Can't learn about him either.
Why? He's on the same line. He on the same line, or followed and pretty much studied Bruce Lee.
Yeah, he's a Bruce Lee fan.
Why can't he? Why are we going to talk about him?
No, you're not going to talk about him because he's black.
Because he's black.
Because he's black.
That's what I said. I said, I don't know if somebody is holding a gun to this man head.
No. That's the way he really feels.
How? But that's how you feel.
That's how he feels.
So you gonna make all of Florida like that?
Right. That's how he feels. I mean, he's as you say, living his truth, basically. That's what he's doing.
And on a public stage, you get in front of all your Floridians and telling them this. And some people, as we all know, mostly older people, retire to Florida.
Yeah.
And they sometimes can get set in their ways.
Yep.
And if this man is up there on that famous stage, pouncing this, saying this, and saying this, and some people might be like, he might have a point. Now where do we go?
I don't see what point he has. I really don't. I mean,
y'all don't need to be talked about. What point you don't get? Black people don't need to be talked about. Y'all you trying to get reparations. You've been in history. You got a whole month named after you. Why do we have to talk about y'all all the time?
You don't have to. You don't have to.
That's what he's trying to tell y'all. Shut up.
You don't have to.
We tired of talking about y'all. Let's talk about some Chinese people.
You don't
have some pan. What you call it? The pan who? The way the Rock. What's the Rock?
The Rock is Samoan, half Samoan, half black.
Now what's the other one you said?
Filipino. Pacific Islanders.
Pacific Islanders. Let's talk about them.
Yeah.
Y'all got a whole month.
Well, here's the thing.
Y'all taking over sports.
Here's the thing about that.
Dang, we get tired of y'all.
Here's the thing about that. And you're absolutely right. That's how the typical white supremacist thinks. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. Mm-hmm. When it comes down to black history, that's American history, basically. Let's just be honest about the situation. Mm-hmm. Okay? So, but you don't want to hear about that. You don't want to hear about a black man being the hero. You don't want to hear about a Bass Reeves that caught more bad guys than Wyatt Earp and Bat Masterson combined. You don't want to hear about that. They'd rather hear about Billy the Kid, who was a murderer, by the way, and make him a hero. Okay.
And this is a big one as well. He's about to come out to Disney.
Oh,
and
man.
Disney is suing that ass. Oh, I hope they win. I hope Disney win. Oh, I hope they win. This man needs to be stopped. Because it's like every other week he is bringing up some asinine jargon.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
That has nothing to do with what we need to do in this world. Is why gas is almost up to $4, because I stopped and got some yesterday and I paid $3.99 a gallon.
Damn, babe.
Why is eggs still, they don't fail, but haven't failed like they used to be. Why people mortgages, why did the Fed raise the rate again? Then me and a couple of more friends who's trying to buy houses, we done pretty much put that on hold, because we ain't trying to put no 10.9% nothing on no mortgage.
Hello.
Let's talk about that. Why are you talking about what Disney got going on?
Or black people being out of history. Come on, man. Black people are a part of this country.
I hate to say this.
I'm listening.
I hope Trump wins. I hope Trump wins so he can, cause he has admitted. I don't know if you guys saw his town hall the other night, which was rare for him. It's like he ain't never left office. He was the same Trump from there. Like I said, this man is true in his conviction because his narrative has not changed from day one.
Let me tell you something about Donald Trump.
And he said, I am gunning for DeSantis. And I hope he get him.
Let me tell you something real quick. Let me tell y'all something real quick about Donald Trump. Whether you like him or you don't like him, the one thing about Donald Trump is he is brutally honest. He is. Because, and we talked about this on the podcast before. When he was debating Hillary Clinton, and they said, and Trump said, the system is corrupt. The narrator said, how do you know the system is corrupt, Mr. Trump? He said, because I use it.
Every day.
How honest is that?
Very. So this man, I don't know how this man is considered a businessman, and he done filed bankruptcy for so many different companies. And like I said, they are gunning for him, especially in New York. They trying to get him to go to jail because of tax evasion and saying he had more money than what he said he had. Y'all should have known it because the man done filed bankruptcy more than 7 times.
Exactly. He's doing it to hide his assets. Come on now.
Well, yeah, DeSantis, I don't know.
And that's another question that they asked. Well, actually, Hillary Clinton said that. She said you haven't paid any taxes, and he said this right here. That makes me smart. How? Come on. If somebody's that brutally honest, you can't help but respect them. You ain't gotta like them, but you gotta respect him. I respect his honesty. I don't like Trump because he's a racist, arrogant bastard, but I respect his honesty. I do. I respect his honesty.
That's what I said. Like I know people like, well, you want Trump to win? I want him to win Florida. Of all the states that he's running, I want him to win Florida.
And Florida's a big state.
But DeSantis is running for. He's running for president too.
Oh Lord!
It's like, man, do we not have anybody? Is there not anybody in this world? If
Ron DeSantis wins the presidency, we might as well just pick what plantation we gonna be on. I'm just being honest with you.
And that's what will lead us to today's topic. They trying to take us back, and with this cat in office,
that's exactly what would happen.
We gonna be there.
That's
and
exactly what would happen.
Like I said before, I personally will be in the house. And I don't care what y'all say about me. I will be in the house.
Well, I'm light skinned. I'd be in the house anyway.
Motisa.
I'm light skinned. I'd be in the house anyway, but I'd be too busy plotting an escape.
Can I get your shoes off, sir? Baby, You know they probably gonna work us so hard. They gonna work us harder than they work our ancestors.
Oh,
just because
y'all had it light. Come on, get over here.
I don't get this, man. I don't know, and I don't know why they keep voting him in office in Florida. I don't.
Well, obviously he has a constituency there. That's the only reason why.
Even the legislators up there, like the mayors and the city council, they don't like this man. Kind of like down here, a lot of these mayors and judges and lawyers and city council, they don't like Ironside. But Ironside keep getting reelected down here in Texas. Yeah. It's the same thing that's going on in Florida.
Well, see, here's the thing about it. He has a constituency, so obviously. Somebody's voting him in. The only way you can get voted in is if somebody votes you in. So somebody's voting them in. And with him beating the Trump drum, and you already know Ironside is beating the Trump drum.
Oh, yeah. Harder than the bass player in the HBCU marching band. You know they beat them drums.
You ain't lying.
They got their own drum line.
For sure.
You heard.
Already.
So he is beating boom, 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 boom.
For real.
But yeah, now back to this. I don't understand. He like I said, he's the poster boy for Jim Crow. Like you said, if he get elected and he has a shot as becoming president of these here United States.
I told you. I keep saying
get your old dress and cut the end off of it and and get your hair rag and tie it up in your head.
I'm telling you, man. It's going straight. It's going straight to it.
Straight back.
It's going straight to it, man. If he wins, but I seriously doubt that he'll even get the nod to run for the Republican ticket. Well,
I don't know.
Good, yeah, you got.
So who else out there? Trump, DeSantis, Nikki Haley.
Oh yeah, that coon Tim Scott. That coon Tim Scott.
Yeah, I saw him. He sound.
He's a coon. That's the kind of see. That's the kind of dude. Him, Tim Scott. What's the dude? Alan West. What's the other guys? Thomas Sowell. Those are kind of guys that if they saw me on the plantation, they would tell the master, "Watch that little yellow nigga right there. He's plotting an escape. He's trouble. He can read, and plus he know computers and stuff. And on top of that, he's plotting an escape, which I probably would be knowing me, but still." But still, those are kind of dudes that will turn on you. You got to watch those kinds because those are coons.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, as far as Tim Scott's concerned, you know, I remember hearing him talk one time. Dude, really?
His little ad is kind of, Yeah. Okay, we got Donald Trump, Ron DeSantis. Those are the two front runners.
Yeah.
Nikki Haley, Mike Pence, which they might give it to him because of how they treated him on January 6th. But
he don't
I don't think he has a chance.
He don't get it.
Ted Cruz, but he was ruled out, thank God. Ryan Binkley, your boy Larry Elder.
Oh, Lord.
Asa Hutchinson, he's another one. You know, he was kind of like the quiet man when he was with Bill Clinton got impeached. Perry Johnson, I have no idea who that is. Vivek Ramaswamy, I don't know who he is.
He ain't even from here.
Christy Nolan, I heard of her. Mike Rogers, Tim Scott, that's your boy.
No, he ain't my boy.
Chris Sununu. It's like so many people. Greg Abbott, but he's unlikely. I don't even know why he. Save your money, Greg. Save your money. Same thing with Chris Christie. Save your money, Chris Christie.
Tim Scott too.
Marco Rubio. Save your money, Mark. Glenn Youngskin. Don't even know who he is. Save your money.
Larry, all of them.
Larry Hogan. Who is that? He like a wrestler or something?
No, that's Hulk Hogan. That's Terry.
No, he's a former mayor or governor. Rule him out. Mike Pompeo. Sit down. I don't even know who Rick Scott is. So see, that's quite a few. But you hear what I said? Who the top runners are?
Yeah. Trump.
And DeSantis. So that's what I'm saying. Some people get tired of Trump and his narrative. The next person is DeSantis.
Well, like I said, DeSantis has proven where his alliances lie. He's proven that on more than one occasion.
What nationality is he?
DeSantis? I don't know. I know he's probably descended from immigrants. I wouldn't doubt it.
He has to be, because his like I said, sometimes you hear him talk, you be like, what?
Let me tell you something. I'm listening to this dude talking. I'm like, I can't believe he said that shit. But then again, I thought about that for a second. Oh, he's a rich white man. He can say whatever he wants, and nobody will say anything to him.
Okay, here it is. What ethnicity is DeSantis? Oh, he's an Italian American.
Well, see, there you go. There you go. So his family originated from Italy. So he's a descendant of immigrants.
All of his great-grandparents were born in southern Italy and immigrated to the United States during the Italian diaspora. How you say that? Diaspora? Mm-hmm. His parents and grandparents were born and grew up in western Pennsylvania and northeast Ohio.
So his descendants migrated here. That explains a lot. That explains a whole lot.
And he's a right wing, like he has the narrative, like he's running for the Republican office, but he has a lot of right-wing mentality or thoughts, or
of course, and that's
narrative, whatever.
There's a reason why he does that too. There's a reason why he does that. With him being an Italian American, Italians don't like black people.
No,
anyway.
I just want to say they call us what they call us
Moolies.
Moulians. Yeah. So
that's an Italian word for nigger for those of you who don't know.
I guess I look at too many Scarfaces and stuff. They don't like y'all at all.
They sure don't. They don't like black people.
And will get rid of y'all if they think you are trying to pass.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So when you thought about this show, what did you have in mind? You had like a particular person in mind? Have you seen something that's going on in the world that makes you, besides DeSantis, what else have you seen that thinking we're in a Jim Crow era? Just
everything in general, babe. Because like if you think about this for a second, every white person that has ever done anything to a black person, nothing has happened to them. They get a slap on the wrist and let go. They might get 3 to 5 years in prison, and after that, they out. Whereas a black person, if they steal a candy bar, that's 25 to life.
But you know what? I would go also mention when you brought this topic up. Oh God, Mississippi. Mississippi has reenacted the Jim Crow law.
Oh yeah.
When I
that's
saw
another
that
reason
story,
why.
Oh my.
That's
God.
another reason why I brought this subject up.
I wish I could talk to somebody from Mississippi and want to ask them, "Are y'all having that bad a time? Y'all want to go back to Jim Crow law? You gotta walk in through the back. You can't use this because of your skin color. You can't go here because y'all want to go back to that." Okay.
And Mississippi ain't the only state.
Yeah, I heard they're trying to get it here.
They're trying to
I think we talked about that on the show before.
We did.
And I said, if they try to bring it to Texas, I'm out. Like I tell people all the time, Texas weather is
Bipolar?
Yeah, good word. I was going to say weird.
Bipolar.
But I don't want to live nowhere else. But if they thinking about bringing Jim Crow back here, I'm out. No, you can't tell me I can't go somewhere and eat. If I'm working for my money, I can't spend my money where I want to spend it. I can't walk through this, or I got to go around the block and go in the back. Why? Because I'm black?
Mm-hmm.
No. Mm-mm. And I just can't believe Mississippi. I'm thrilled. But if they bring that here to Texas, this ICE is vacating off the block. I'm gone. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm gone.
Right.
You can't sit up and tell me as hard as my ancestors fought that you telling me that I can't go somewhere and do something because of my skin tone.
I'm telling you, man, and like I said, that's the reason why I did this subject right here, because we're living in Jim Crow 2.0. You might as well say that we are. We're already there now. I mean, think about this for a second. Trayvon Martin. The guy that killed him, and it was murder. I don't give a fuck what nobody says.
Oh, yeah.
Where is he at right now? In the streets, right?
Right now, probably somewhere looking at porn.
Probably so. I wouldn't doubt it. That's why I say we're living in an era of Jim Crow 2.0. It's new and improved now. So, with that being...
I don't even think he got a slap on the wrist. He just got off scot-free.
Pretty much, yeah. He got away with murder. He literally got away with murder.
Yeah.
Literally got away with murder.
I don't know.
So that's why I say, and on top of that, you got all these Karens out here reporting on black people for no reason. And it ain't just a black man they're reporting on either. They're reporting on the black children. They're reporting. Remember that one story that we did about this white lady talking to this little boy about a lemonade stand. She called the police on it, and the police flipped the script on her ass and bought out all this lemonade.
I love stories like that.
Yeah,
I just love stories where, I hate to bring this up, I'm a piggyback on what you just said. It just popped in my mind. Have y'all seen that story about the black girl that was at a hotel and she was coming down to eat breakfast, and this white lady was telling her, "Get out of here." And
I didn't hear about that one.
Excuse me?
I didn't hear about that one.
She said, "Get out of here." And so the man behind, I think it was a man or a lady behind the desk, was telling her, she has a room here, she can be here. So she didn't want the girl to be there in the hotel at all. So she walks up on her and spit on her. When I tell you that baby commenced to whoop that lady ass.
Ooh.
And what made it so bad, she was holding her own camera. And you know how when your mama whoop you, didn't I tell you? That's how she whooping that woman ass. Now, I don't condone violence, but I think a lot of these people are trying to deviate the Jim Crow laws in their own brain, and I'm sorry to say, if they want to keep that law in their head, they're going to have to get ready for the repercussions.
Exactly. I mean, because
ain't nobody going to put up with that.
Let me tell you
something.
Spit
on me? That's degrading.
Let me tell you something. My grandfather told me flat out, don't you ever let nobody spit on you.
My grandfather don't let nobody spit on you or call you a crow.
Thank you.
Jim Crow laws.
Do not, I mean, that was the one thing that my grandfather always said. Don't let nobody spit on you. Don't let nobody spit on you. If somebody spit on you, you better send their ass to the morgue. That's exactly what my grandfather told me.
And she all like, oh
luckily
my God.
for me, luckily for them, I should say, nobody's ever spit on me. But I can tell you right now, if you spit on me, it's on and cracking.
No, I don't condone violence, you know.
I don't condone violence either, but I can tell you right now.
In situations like that.
In a situation like that, yes, it's to beat
because
the
you think
brakes
you're
off
better
our
than
ass.
me. No,
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm better than you. So, you know, I like I said, I don't want to live in Jim Crow. I don't want nobody to go back to Jim Crow law. But maybe people just don't know the definition of Jim Crow.
Go ahead, give it to them.
Jim Crow laws were, in the definition by law, is any state or local laws that enforce or legalize racial segregation.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it right
We
there.
going backwards, people. Too many of our ancestors fought for us to ride on the same, walk on the same, sit on the same, eat at the same as the others. Why we want to go back? You know, we have talked on this show about What's the place in Oklahoma that had all the black people that were doing successful and they burnt it down?
The Greenwood Archer and Pine.
Okay. We have thought about that, getting together, pooling our money together, building our own communities, building our own stores, our own banks, our own hospitals, schools. But I don't think it's compared to this kind of thing they're talking about here.
Right.
We're not segregating. We're just trying to pool ourselves together because it's more dollars economically if we keep it in rotation in our own block.
Well, let's talk about this real quick.
Because right now, when you spend your money with Kim them send it back home.
Exactly.
And then,
And see, that's what we're talking. And see, I'm glad you brought that up. One of my favorite rappers is Killer Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Killer Mike said something similar to that.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to him. He just opened up a black bank. Shout out to him. Yeah.
Shout out to Killer Mike. Mm-hmm. Killer Mike's brought up something really profound. I wish I could find the video. He was saying that. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. I won't be able to pull it up. Anyway, he was saying that black people need to start buying black, shopping black, buying black. Keep that money in the black community, because if you go to a Jewish community, they keep that money in the Jewish community. That Jewish dollar is going to bounce at least 20 times before it leaves that neighborhood. Same deal with the Mexicans. The Mexican dollar going to bounce at 18 to 20 times before it leaves the neighborhood. Same deal with Asian people. That Asian dollar is going to bounce at least 30 to 40 times before it leaves that neighborhood. You go to a black neighborhood, it might bounce once.
And that's what he was saying too. Like, I think he has like a barber shop or something.
Yeah.
And they broke in on him.
Yeah.
You're in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Georgia.
Right.
Or one of them black cities down there.
Mm-hmm. He's from Atlanta.
Why would you break into your own people's stuff? He trying to do you a service. He trying to keep the black dollar in the black neighborhood.
Yeah.
Why would y'all break on that man breaking his stuff like that?
And that's another point I'm trying to make. And as much as I hate to say it, it's a lot of black people out there that you really can't help, and it's people like that screw it up for everybody else. Okay, and you know this to be true yourself. So, but like I said, he had a really good point. The black dollar needs to bounce at least 10 times before it leaves the neighborhood, and it doesn't.
Do you think it? Okay, just say we do get a black Mecca, like the green.
Okay,
is it Greenwood? What is it?
Greenwood Archer and Pine.
Greenwood. Okay. Do you think it would really bounce that or would it bounce more?
It would actually bounce more because, during the Black Wall Street days, the black dollar bounced 30 to 40 times before it left that neighborhood.
With our own banks too, I think so.
It bounced 30 to 40 times before it left that neighborhood.
So why can't we, y'all?
We can do that. I mean, it's just that dusty dudes aside, and that's what I call them. I call them dusty ass dudes, dusty people aside. Because you're going to have the criminal element that's going to say, I got to get mine. They don't really want to work for anything. Mm-hmm. Okay, it'd be the same thing because where I go get my haircut at, there's a whole bunch of empty spaces there. I would love to set us up a shop there to do business right there in that particular spot. It's prime real estate. It really is. It's prime real estate. I would definitely do my business there and keep it there for a very long time, and hopefully buy the whole damn building.
Well, let me, oh God, I hate to admit this, but yeah, I think it's very important that we do patronize black business. I know you and I used to do date night like that.
Yes.
Patronize other black businesses as far as mechanics, banks.
Yes.
But I do have some story. Like I said, this has been many years ago, like maybe 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. And that's for my nails. Everybody know I have long and natural long nails.
Yes, she does.
And I love getting my nails done.
Yes, she does.
And I have patronized 2 different black nail techs.
Right.
One of them stopped to eat lunch. And then another one double booked. So she told me, don't leave. I get to you. She didn't get to me for it. So I kept telling her, I'll come back. No. And so here I am trying to be like, no, I already done booked. It's late. I can't go nowhere. And I had something to do the next day. So I stayed. But I didn't go back. Just for those things alone. The one who stopped and had lunch, I felt disrespected, so I didn't go back.
Yeah.
Now, my next story is right up here up the street from me. I'm not going to put no name out there. It's a black-owned beauty supply.
Mm-hmm.
And I went in there pretty much buying the same rotation of items I always get from Kim and them.
Right.
And hers was damn near triple the price.
That's something else right there.
I don't understand that.
And that's something else right there.
And that's why a lot of black business don't get patronized.
I agree with you on that 100%.
I'm not finna pay for your Range Rover.
I agree with you 100%.
And your Louis Vuittons and your red bottoms.
Exactly. I agree with you on that 100%.
No.
I agree with you on that 100%. I agree with you on that. I have no argument with that.
I don't mind going to black business.
I would rather patronize a black business for whatever I need, but you're absolutely right. A lot of times those prices are ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. I said, wait a minute, this the same? No, this the same size, the same brand, everything that Kim and them have. But hers was like, where I normally pay $2.99, hers was $6.99. Why? I know you just open.
They're trying to make a profit.
You're trying to make a profit.
I get that part.
You're trying to recoup or,
for whatever money
business.
you spend, yeah.
But why that much over the median median cost?
That goes along the lines of not knowing how to run a business.
That's called being price gouging.
Well, that too. I mean, it's twofold. They don't know how to make the prices. They just assume they can charge whatever they want people to buy it. No, that's not the case. What's the matter?
Something burned? Do you smell smoke? It's just me.
I don't smell anything.
Okay.
Smoke alarms ain't going off, so we're good. But
They probably won't go off for that. They go off for everything else. I'm sorry. These smoke alarms in here are so sensitive.
They really are.
They are too sensitive.
But anyway, back to my point. A lot of these places, whenever they open a business, they didn't research the business that they're trying to open, and they just automatically assume I can charge whatever I want people to pay it, which is not the case. Because and you know this to be true yourself. When I started my shirt business, I started looking at how many people were doing what they were charging for what shirts they were looking. Because we've seen shirts, man, that just basic designs, man, like $30, $40, $50. Am I lying?
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. You are so right. I don't know. Like I said, I would love to see another Greenwood. I would love to live in a neighborhood like that. I would love to have that village back. I would love to be proud to say that I patronize this exclusive, well-renowned black-owned business. But if I feel like I'm not getting decent service, decent customer, because I'm big on customer service.
Yeah, we both are.
A bang for my buck. Mm-hmm. I'm not getting price gouge.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel like, okay, I'll be back.
Right.
I don't have a problem with that. I will return. But if I walk in there and I don't, I'm not coming back.
Case in point, when we went to True Kitchen and Cocktail, I love that spot. Mm-hmm. That spot was off the chain.
It was.
It was really good. We definitely got to go there.
And you know why we haven't been back? Because it's hard to get into.
Yeah, it's very hard to get into.
Because it's a very nice place.
Yeah, it's a very nice joint. It's a very nice joint because we're definitely going to go back.
Yeah, it's always booked.
But that's the shit. I mean, that's the joint right there. Mm-hmm. Shout out to True Kitchen and Cocktail. Mm-hmm. Get in their props.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of that place we went to over there off of it was a Rowlett.
I can't remember the name of that place.
It was okay. It was okay. Yeah. Just too far. That's probably why we ain't been back. It was too far.
Oh yeah. Still though, it was good food though.
But it was good food, yes. Customer service was nice. Atmosphere was nice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But again, I mean that's the problem with a lot of
I'm thinking like black banks and black schools.
I agree with you on that 100%.
It's just like I said, I am a HBCU alumni. Mm-hmm. For 2 different HBCUs, and it just hurt my heart and my soul to see that just now, many years later, they're now just seeing a rise in what is it when you attendance?
Yeah.
But still, those schools are considered on the totem pole, of colleges to attend, And I don't understand why, because in essence, whatever's been taught at a white school is pretty much getting taught at a HBCU.
Every single
so why
thing.
is it considered subpar?
It's not.
You know, or even more, they're probably getting more education at a HBCU because you got to teach them the black factor as well as the white factor.
Let me say this
So they
real
get
quick.
double the knowledge.
Let me say this real quick. The one thing I wish I would have gone to an HBCU back when I was, back in my college days. I really wish I would have. Because I missed that experience. Because the one thing about me is that even though I am really, really big on black culture, I didn't see too much of that at the University of Oklahoma. Okay? And I can honestly tell you, I have worked alongside people that went to HBCUs. Those are some of the most intelligent people I've ever seen. They know their business. They actually know it.
We get an education as well.
Exactly. You get an education. You get just as good, if not a better education than someone at a predominantly white institution. I'm just being honest with you.
That's why I said they get both sides of it. You get the
exactly.
history
You
of
get
the black school, and then you get
right.
what's
Precisely.
common knowledge considered other colleges.
Yeah, exactly. You get all of that. So, but like I said, I missed a boat on that one. I wish I could turn back the clock. I would have, I would have took that damn scholarship to Fisk. But it is what it is. So,
So now that we've said all that, and I know we touched on it, there's so much more that we can talk about on Jim Crow. Do you have anything that you would like to see that perhaps can make it better? Or do you think it's inevitable, it's just going to happen?
I don't think it's inevitable. I don't.
But let me ask you this.
Okay.
Why do you think they're trying to bring it back? Why?
Because black people got too uppity, basically. See, that's number one, and number two. See, one thing people have to understand about white people, about the white population here in the United States, is that white people's numbers are dwindling, and they're scared that they're losing control of the country. That's the reason why. That's the main reason why, right there. White people are scared that they're losing control of the country. That's the problem.
I'm finna sound like you now. Well, them white girls can't like it. They love that soul bowl.
Exactly. Hey, it is what it is.
One drop of that blood.
And
they no more pure.
My wife will tell you now that soul pole is a beast.
That's what I'm saying. So now I see what you're saying. So, cause like I just read, Jim Crow is pretty much segregation.
Yeah.
So segregation means you be with your kind, I be with my kind.
Basically.
And so by then that means that they can start accumulating better numbers. Cause like you said, their numbers are
dwindling.
Falling.
Their numbers are dwindling.
They're falling.
Their numbers are dwindling, and they feel like they're losing control of the country.
And that's the best thing you can do is go back to separating.
Mm-hmm.
And telling people they can and cannot go.
It's not going to happen.
You can raise the numbers in your race.
It's not going to happen. I'm going to tell you why. Because even though, let's just say Jim Crow was to happen tomorrow night. Tomorrow when we wake up in the morning, Jim Crow is in full effect. You know good and damn well there's still going to be some white girls going to Oak Cliff getting that soul pole.
They were doing it back then.
They was doing it back then. They gonna do it now.
Now you got 3 babies on your porch. One is milk white, one is vanilla white, and then one is caramel.
Come on, think about it.
She just played in the sun too long.
Bullshit with that nappy ass hair. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Hair curlier than mine. Come on. But anyway, that's the reason why. Back to Jim Crow, man. See, the one thing about Jim Crow, this is what made it so bad. They used to have this, black people that travel used to have this thing called the Green Book. You ever heard of that? Where they could, where they had a list of places in every state, in every city, in every state where they could go, where it was safe for black people to go. We actually had to have that shit. So that way we wouldn't get caught up in the sundown town and we won't make it home the next day.
See, I got my papers. Here, my papers right here.
So I don't want to have to go back to that.
Master signed my papers.
Exactly. I don't want to have to go back to that. I don't want to have to go back to the Green Book days. I like being able to go to wherever the hell we're gonna go and book a hotel at the La Quinta and not have no problems.
But they, like I said, they getting it started in Mississippi, so
yeah.
And old
Well, see, Mississippi-
Ironside, he trying to hop on that too. I'm thinking that man right there. Well, I guess, like I say, no use in him trying to hide it, because everything he do pretty much claim or point out that he is a real, live, living racist.
Of course. Of course.
And that's what I understand about him, because I don't know this man personally, but just from history of seeing other people and hearing about other people, you can't tell me that man ain't never been discriminated against because he's in a wheelchair.
You know he has been.
So what makes you stand so strong in your conviction of being a racist?
He's white.
Okay.
Plain and simple, he's white.
I don't. All I will say is, I hope it don't come back. Now, if you want to see, you think January 6th was bad, try to tell Lil Ray and Deshaun and Mike that they can't go to the Cowboy game through the front door.
I got a better one for you. Tell Quonisha that she got to get up and give her seat up to a white man on the bus. Come
You
back.
ain't got to tell Quonisha. Tell Mimi, the lady, that I have to get up and give this white lady my seat. I'll be like, why?
Come back, won't be no bus.
Baby, no.
That bus will be burnt down.
We're not moving this bus till you get up. We ain't moving.
Well, I guess we ain't moving.
I can sleep here all night. I know how to sleep sitting up. Girl, I don't. That's what I'm saying. It's not gonna be a good. I don't think it's gonna be a good thing if they adopt that law.
It's not gonna be a good thing.
In other states, like whatever's going on in Mississippi, y'all keep that down. I feel sorry for y'all that y'all think the best thing for y'all to do is go back to Jim Crow law, but I don't think any. I'm trying to think what other state. Maybe Alabama, but then again, I don't even think Alabama. Even though Alabama still, some places have the Confederate flag, and they still have some places you can't go after dark and stuff like that. I heard Ricky Smiley talking about that, but
sundown towns
I don't think they're gonna put them to a lot of states not gonna adapt that. I don't think. I really don't.
And let's bring it back to where I come from, McCurtain County, Otterville. Otterville was a sundown town at one point. And in some ways it still is, because like when I was living in Otterville, if you got caught on the other side of the tracks after dark, you better have a good ass excuse when the police pull your ass over, because you will get pulled over. Now see, that was in the mid to late 80s now.
Wow.
That's current.
That's crazy. Yeah, like I said, after you sent me this story and I read about it, it's very, very promising to see they're standing up, they are protesting with their signs. This man just clearly said what he was going to do, even though some of it was just so degraded and nasty, evil spirit filled. It's still hard to believe that stuff like that is going on now. It's unfathomable.
To be honest with you, baby, this really shouldn't surprise anybody. It really shouldn't.
But Jim Crow, though?
I agree.
Come on.
I agree with you on that. That's why I did the show.
They can't drink water.
Now see, this is what got me. And Malcolm X made a joke about it. He said you couldn't even share the same bathroom with a white person. You can't sit on the same toilet as a white man.
Lord help us. Well, like I said, I'm a woman of faith. I am a woman who believes in the greater good.
Right.
I believe that things happen for a reason. Some people are just evil spirited and evil filled. Some people might want to see it come back. And like you said, now that you said that narrative, it does make sense, because if you think about it, like I said, we've mentioned on this podcast before, their race is losing strength.
Yeah.
Because you can't find too many that can truly say they are pure white whatever.
A lot of them ain't.
And then like you said, if they want to do that race segregation, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's why, because like I said, they feel like they're losing the country. That's the reason why that Jim Crow is happening right now, because they feel like they're losing the country. I don't know who's gaining it, because the damn sure ain't us.
No, we're not.
So,
we in America, that's what I noticed about America. We have such the biggest mouths. We telling everybody, yeah, we finna go shoot these balloons out the air. Why would you tell anybody? You pretty much gave them people a heads up that we're coming to get y'all. No, you supposed to sneak up on them like they snuck up on us on 9/11.
Of course.
and just take it down. If it looks suspicious and they're not heeding your warning, shoot it down. Why you gotta tell them? We gonna be up there Tuesday around 3:00. You know, that makes no sense. We got such big mouths in this country. It's pathetic.
Shit. Yeah, you're absolutely right,
It is
man.
pathetic.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
The other be like, after it happened, oh yeah, that was us. We sent that bomb over there. That was
Exactly,
us. They don't give us no warning.
They sure don't. They don't give us no damn warning. Just like that damn balloon. I'm glad you brought that up. Just like those damn balloons that China sent over here. They ain't the first time they sent balloons out here.
Exactly.
That's not the first time.
Oh, we got off track. What track were y'all looking for?
You went way off track.
I mean,
You got way off track. They ain't the first time they sent balloons over here. They've been sending spy balloons over here. Come on. The reason why they send them over here is because they're low tech. Ain't nobody gonna really pay them any attention.
and I still say, until somebody prove me wrong, that's how we got COVID over here.
I
Because
wouldn't doubt
half
it.
these people said, I haven't been nowhere. I haven't been out this country. How did I get it?
I wouldn't
The
doubt
air
it.
you breathe.
I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it. I would not doubt it.
Cause
I
they was
would
able
not
to
doubt
get
it.
them over there like that and just talking about, ooh, that's up there just flying around 2 or 3 days up there. Then eventually we saw it and went, man, come on. You know how much damage you can do in 2 or 3 days?
Oh, come on. You already know. You already know. And I agree with you.
And for us to be so technology advanced, we're so behind the curve. It's pathetic.
No, it's not that we're behind the curve. It's that they outsmarted our tech. Plain and simple.
Is that what it was?
I mean, yeah, because it's low tech. I mean, think about that for a second. A balloon is low tech.
Yeah.
It's very low tech. We got all these radars that can pinpoint the asshole of a flea on the moon of Mars. And this weather balloon flew underneath the radar and nobody saw
You
it.
can see that big old, and it was white, bright white. Now, if it was the same color as a cloud, I'd be like, well, you know, same color as a cloud, bright white balloon.
But it's a spy. Come on, we knew what the spy balloon. And like I said, it ain't the first time. That's been happening. That's
sad.
been
It's
happening. This
just-
ain't nothing new.
It's sick.
This ain't nothing new. This is the first time somebody ever saw it. That's all that is. Shit.
It's really
Come on.
sick.
You missed it with that one.
But
Talking about it was a weather balloon that got on track. Okay, yeah, that's it got on track more than once, huh? Gotcha.
we were looking for the track that Carl Lewis ran on. You think that track is still in business, isn't it?
Shit, Carl Lewis been retired. Come
That's what
on,
I'm saying. I'm like, come on.
come on.
We
man. I
don't
remember
believe that.
business. Come on, man. I was born
They
at
laugh
night,
at
not
you.
last night. Come
They
on.
laughing at us.
I might not know about the space program, but I know bullshit when I smell it. So
And why we talking about? I know this has nothing to do with Jim
no,
Crow.
go ahead, talk.
What's going on with this AI crap?
Artificial intelligence.
Everybody's scared it's gonna take
I'm
over.
telling you-
I mean, it pretty much is. If you
Here-
can get like
here's the deal.
my cousin Dave. Were you here when he was talking about his new car? And he had traveled. He had put on the road to Houston from Dallas.
Oh, yeah.
And it pretty much drove itself.
Pretty much, yeah, a self-driving car. Well, see, here's
Isn't that AI?
That's AI. That's artificial intelligence. That's exactly what that is. So, here's the thing about the
I don't want nothing like that.
here's the thing about that artificial intelligence stuff. That is going to be the beginning of the end of life as we know it.
But aren't we on that track anyway? Because like now, I can say hot dog buns. See my phone lit up. Now, if I start strolling through my phone within the next 5 minutes, I'm gonna have all kind of ads about hot dog buns.
I already know.
I don't even know how that works.
I already know.
I used to bring it on Big Brother, but now I don't even know it's Big
That
Brother
is Big
anymore.
Brother. It is Big Brother.
But in that AI,
That's artificial intelligence, yes.
so we already living this. What they worry about running scared for now?
Well, see, like I said, man, with the way that they're talking about now, it's getting to the point that eventually life as we know it is going to do a complete 360. Me personally, I watched too many sci-fi movies, and I'm more or less along the lines of it's going to be just like the Terminator, and the AI is going to become sentient and try to take us out because they're going to say that we're the problem in the world. So
Lord have mercy.
So that's just my view on that. So, but I mean, maybe I'm a little bit paranoid on that point, but I hope I'm wrong. But
No, it's something because the reason why I brought that up because I saw what's the Tyson guy, the real smart guy, Tyson, whatever.
oh, I know what you're talking about.
He
The
was
black
talking-
dude.
Yeah, he was talking about it. I'm like, is he running scared or is he saying that we?
He's right. I agree with it. I remember what he said. He said the same thing I said, basically.
Like, okay, but aren't we already there? Why is it such a big deal now?
Well, see, the thing of it is, they played around with it with that right there. That was them playing around with to see if they could actually get it to work.
But do they not remember that it was man who made AI?
Exactly.
So you don't think man can destroy AI?
They can. But who's to say that AI won't become sentient, become smarter than the man that created it?
Is that even possible?
Yes.
Because all you gotta do is take the chip out of it, right?
I agree.
Just set the chip on fire and that's it, right?
I agree. But
I'm
still,
going a couple of times with a pair of boots on.
I agree. But still, but you never know, man. You never know.
It's gonna be like gremlins and multiply. I mean, what? I'm serious right now, for real.
Well, see, think about this for a second. There's a comic book out called The Age of Ultron. Well, a comic book series called The Age of Ultron. The Avengers. It's an Avengers comic book. Ultron is a artificial intelligence that became sentient and wanted to turn every living being into a robot, so that the world would be kind of like a utopian world. Okay, so that's where the idea of the Terminator came from. It's from that particular comic book series. And then eventually Marvel did a movie called The Age of Ultron, where Ultron was trying to do just that. Take over the world and turn every living being into a robot-like being. So that way he could be the ruler of that particular world, and the world would be quote unquote perfect. Because there would be no organic life left on this world.
Interesting.
Okay, so I guess because of the fact that I read stuff like that and I watch movies like The Terminator and RoboCop and movies like that, and I'm of the whole adage that this is not a good thing. This is another instance of a man playing God and trying to create life without God in it. So that's pretty much what AI is. It's man playing God.
I was just going to say, so what have man had, or what have man made that's been truly successful, and they think that they did it, didn't have no help from God?
Not a damn thing.
So why keep trying? Why keep? Okay, come, little hamster, get off the wheel. Because you keep going around in circles. Okay, we're going to try this. Don't worry. Okay, we're going to try this. Don't worry.
Well,
let me take that back. It works for a little while, and then it's kaput.
Here's the thing about it. One of my favorite things I used to do back when I was growing up, my stepfather, shout out to my man Jerry Martin, he used to have me listening to stuff like Gil Scott-Heron and The Last Poets. Now, The Last Poets had this spoken word poem called The White Man's Got a God Complex. If you actually listen to that, at the very end of it, it goes like, I'm making gas, I'm God. I'm making bombs, I'm God. I'm making freak machines, I'm God. Kill the Indians and discovered him, I'm God. So that's pretty much how they think. It's a God complex with them.
Keep thinking it. That's all I gotta say.
Exactly.
Keep thinking it.
I agree with you on that, but that's the problem with them. That's the problem with them. It's a God complex.
In the words of the great late Michael Jackson, when he was in the wheel, you can't win.
You can't win.
So keep thinking that. Whoever you are,
the white man.
Keep thinking that.
Yeah. Just go ahead and say the white man, because that's pretty much who's doing it.
Sad, man. Find something else to do. Like, again, find why gas is inching back up when I paid $3.99 yesterday.
I'm sorry, baby.
And we supposed to have our own gas tanks here now. Not a gas tank, but our own supply.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Let's stop price gouging. Why are we hurting our own? And that's another thing. I don't know if I mentioned this on the show or did I mention it to my cousin the other day. I took civics and it was like I was in college, and I took government when I was in high school. I don't know if the people that's in office now know the difference between recession and inflation.
Yeah.
I thought you raised the Federal Reserve, or whatever that thing is, the number, whatever.
The debt ceiling?
When things look good.
Okay.
We haven't looked good in this country
In decades.
way before Obama got in office.
Yeah, in decades.
So why y'all keep raising it?
I can honestly say this.
Wait a minute. On the news the other day, they said it has been risen
The debt ceiling.
10 times within the last 2.5 years. That's more than when that number was even created. Again, I took government, and that is not how inflation and recession was explained to me. Now, it's been a couple of years since I've been in school. Maybe things has changed. Has it? Have they changed the narrative how things work now? I don't know.
Well,
I don't know, but I don't think that's how they work.
well, let me just say this.
Or they just making it up as they go.
Well, let me just say this real quick. To piggyback off of what you just said, the last time this country was looking halfway decent was when Slick Willie was in office.
That's Bill Clinton, y'all.
That's Bill Clinton, for those of you who don't know.
My boy. My man.
Slick Willie.
My man.
And they tried to impeach him for getting this ding-a-ling leak by an
That's
intern.
another thing. Y'all need to get out people's bedroom.
Thank you. I agree with you on
If
that.
that man was getting his little tallywhacky whack, this country was moving right along.
For real.
Mighty smooth.
It sure was.
Shout out to, what's her name? Veronica, what's her name?
Monica Lewinsky.
Monica Lewinsky, because she kept the train chucking along. Real smooth.
She did. She did.
So maybe
boy.
some of y'all need to get y'all some Monica Lewinsky's. Because that country was good. We were real good when he was in office.
Man, come on. I don't give a damn what y'all say. They tried to impeach him on cheating on his
Stupid
wife.
stuff.
Yeah, cheat on his wife. I mean, come on.
And you think about it, it's still the same. I mean, even though he has his issues, same thing with Bill Clinton. Trump. Okay, Trump dated a porn star. So
what?
he won't be the first. What's the man who did Marilyn Monroe?
Him and his brother, John Kennedy, and his brother Bobby. They both was sleeping with her.
And you're like, y'all just pick and choose who y'all want to do stuff to. Yeah, this man is a narcissist.
Yeah.
He's a racist.
Yep.
He's now there's some lady trying to sue him again because he pretty much said she not my type.
Oh, I saw that one.
She is not my type. But then all of a sudden he said in another interview they put he talking about, isn't that my wife? He got her mixed up with his wife. So if you marry somebody who look like her, she must be your type, bruh. But that's another story.
That's a whole other subject right there. That's a whole other subject right
So
there.
y'all didn't get out people's bedroom.
So I agree with you on that one, man. I mean, he's a president. He's not Pope Clinton. He's not Reverend Clinton. He's a president, Bill Clinton. He's a man. Plain and simple. He is a man, flesh and blood. He's not Jesus' kid brother. Come on, man.
That's what they trying to make it seem like he the only one. He's not the only one. Be the first one. He's
not Bill Clinton is not the only person to do what he did, and he damn sure gonna be the last.
Like I say all the time on this podcast, I am woman, all woman.
No doubt.
Hear me roar.
Yes, indeed.
But some of us women, we get caught up in our feelings.
Yep.
And then we want to start, and he did this to me, and then he did this. Why you didn't say it back then?
Exactly.
And that's what I'm thinking. A lot of this is stemming from women who are just now. I mean, if you have a vendetta against this man, okay. But if this man is in these big seats, big business seats, making this world revive comfortably for all of us,
right.
we feel safe. We don't have to lock our doors and put our alarm on as soon as we get in the house. While we in our car, we look straight ahead because we scared we look to someone on the left, we might get road rage and shot at.
Say that again.
You know, there's a lot of stuff going on now that just didn't happen back then. So if this man is making this country feel safe to me, I'm safe in my home, my family is good, we're all thriving, we're moving on up like the Jeffersons.
Come on.
Not coming on down like the Evans. Let's keep it real here. Don't nobody want to. I mean, there are some haters in the world. Don't get me wrong, but this country is supposed to be. We have immigrants. Let me get off my soapbox. We have immigrants right now. What's that bill 42 that just passed the other night? And now they finna block the border.
Now. It's expired.
They finna block the border now. These people are swimming in infested water with snakes and alligators and all kind of stuff to get here.
I don't know why.
To get here.
I don't know why.
But we're supposed to be one of the richest countries. And people are going through this to get here. But then you get in my car and drive about 20 miles from where I'm sitting now, and you see all kind of people living under the bridge.
Come on.
And old people eating dog food.
Come on now.
Getting with other old people going to Canada to get their medicine.
Come on now.
Or don't even have enough to get their medicine. So they trying to decide, now do I take my high blood pressure or my cholesterol?
Yeah.
And I don't want nobody talking about, well, they just watch what they eat, they need to exercise. So what? We all get ill. And we all gonna have to take pills. And I shouldn't have to decide which one I can pay for today.
Herschel Walker.
So let's stop the narrative here. So if these people are in these offices and they're making this country run smooth, why? If something comes in this man past, it's called the past for a reason.
No.
If his ideas are something that you agree with and you can see yourself getting behind, do it.
Yeah.
Don't let nobody try to change your mind.
I told people a long damn time ago, I'd vote for Trump if Trump was to say, okay, I would give black people reparations, I'd vote for Trump tomorrow. Mm-hmm. I sure would.
Cause you know one of the reasons why? Because this man ain't never said nothing he ain't done.
Exactly. I can say that. I can say that about Clinton. See, Trump. I can say that about Trump, man. Trump didn't say he was going to do anything for black people, but I can tell you right now, none of his policies hurt black people. None of them.
Well, now it is, because now we doing our taxes. When he gave us that tax break on our payroll check, and we would get more on our payroll check.
That's hurting everybody.
Now it's hurting us now.
It's hurting
because
everybody.
Some of us ain't even getting taxed. We got to pay taxes.
So that's hurting everybody. That's hurting everybody right there.
But like I said, that's just not black people. You're right. It's just not black people. But
that's everybody.
But other than that, I don't think
I
don't think he promised us nothing.
No, he didn't.
Kamala, that you haven't produced.
Yeah,
that he was going to produce, because he didn't.
Same deal with Joe Biden. I'm glad you brought that up, because Jim Crow Joe said this right here. Black people, I ain't forgot about you. So, and then I think it was Al Sharpton said that Joe Biden stabbed black people in the back. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Let me tell you what he did.
He never wrote down what he was going to do.
Yeah, actually he did. But that's why Al Sharpton said that. And I say to
what
Al
Sharpton, what did he say he going to do for black people?
He said he was going to sign some kind of law for black people. But
I know he said something about the
okay.
Excuse me, the student loan.
Yeah, that too. But that's just not for black people.
No, that's just not for us.
You know, that's just not for black people. But anyway, I say it to say this. Al Sharpton said that Joe Biden stabbed black people in the back. No, he didn't. No. He didn't stab black people in the back. He stabbed black people in the chest. Not only that, he showed you the knife, and he told you where he was going to stab you, how many times he's going to stab you in that spot, and how many times he's going to turn the damn blade once he stabs you. So let's just be real. Because right now, because he's done absolutely nothing for black people the whole time he's been in office, black people losing favor with his ass. His numbers are slipping within the black community right now. Joe Biden's are really bad.
Yeah, and I think he's going to announce it pretty soon if he's going to run again. It ain't nothing out there, nothing else y'all want to do. Ain't the other job y'all want to do.
For real.
It's to be the president, because you're not doing too good now.
No, you're not, man.
Not doing too good now. But, to each his own. Like they do, like I said, now they trying to put him under ageism, because they trying to say he too old to be in office.
Okay.
It's just something. It's always something. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Well, it is what it is, man.
But I know one thing. Lord, I pray every day that we don't go back to no Jim Crow.
You know what? I hope that we don't. But with the way things are looking, it just might be that way, babe. I'm just saying. I mean, that's why I came up with the title to this show, Jim Crow 2.0, because it's getting to that point. It really is.
And what you gonna do about it?
Only thing I could do about it is keep on doing shows like this and let people know what the fuck is going on. And as
You
far
gonna
as stay where? Here? In the state of Texas? Mm-hmm. Well, the one thing about me is that I ain't no punk. But I can tell you this. If I gotta go to a restaurant and I gotta go in through the back, mm-hmm. I'm kind of hard-headed. I'm kind of hard-headed.
Just say, you walk in the work, they be like, okay, Reggie, we don't move your desk. Your desk all the way at the back by the restrooms. Or they'll put you in a little shed that's behind the building.
You mean
this your new office.
You mean the shed about the dumpsters? Mm-hmm. Oh, no. Mm-hmm. No, we ain't doing that.
Yeah.
We ain't doing that.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't doing that.
Mm-hmm.
No, we ain't doing that. I tell you what, could I tell them flat out, look here, I tell you what, you put me back there, how about your network gonna go down? Do it if you want to. I will blow this motherfucker up.
But that's what I'm saying. If they want to, unless like I said, what they gonna do? Revamp the Jim Crow law that's already in existence?
Yeah.
So if they use the one, okay, if they revamp them, maybe it get a little better. Mm-hmm. But if they use the ones that's standard, that's in stone now, mm-hmm. we don't have a prayer.
That's right. I agree with you on that.
We do not have a prayer,
and that's sad. Well, see, my whole thing is, and that's the main reason why I'm trying to get to the point to where I ain't got to worry about shit like that, and I just create my own job. So that way, I ain't got to worry about it, and you damn sure ain't got to worry about it, because we'll be set. That's the plan.
I don't know. It's just so much. Oof.
I agree.
I don't want to become a hermit, but I'm double dutching on that line.
She is.
I am double dutching. Cause if you think about it, we already COVID
changed a lot of things.
That's why I said it was a good thing, and of course it was a bad thing because so many people lost loved ones, lost their lives.
Right.
Excuse me. But then it showed us that we are resilient, and that we can still get things done from the in our living rooms, in our offices, sitting up in our beds or whatever.
Right.
But now I'm thinking it's becoming an evil eye, a two-headed demon, because you can order your food, they leave it on the patio or on the front porch. You call Amazon, get anything you want. I was thinking about, what was I thinking about? I was thinking about something the other day. I said, I know Amazon not gonna have it. Click it, beep, beep, beep. It popped up. I said, now damn.
Amazon got everything.
And you only gotta do is click it, put your information in there, and it's gonna be in your doorstep within 3 or 4 days. Mm-hmm. And then with banking, I had some issue with my banking the other day, but if everything runs smooth, you can do your banking online.
Yep.
So what do we need to leave the house for?
You got a point.
But they keep saying, you gotta leave, you gotta interact with other people. Like a lot of companies are trying to eliminate remote working.
Right.
And bring people back into the office.
Right.
They tried to do it like 2 days on, 3 days out.
Blended days,
now they trying to do 5 days back in the office. I don't know. That's going to be hard for a lot of people. Because the first thing in my mind is like, what I need to go there for? I'm pretty much getting everything done right here.
Right.
So what do I need? I don't need to see nobody. I don't need to talk to nobody. You need to tell me that's what they got Zoom for.
Yeah.
And if you just want to see me, let me know in advance. And I will turn on my camera. But right now, my camera is off, but you can still hear my voice. And we're still communicating.
Yep.
Either through Zoom or email or Teams.
Yep.
So what do I physically have to leave my home, get in my car, and come to a building that if I do, I might have to have an accident going there, have road rage, get killed going there, get there, somebody piss me off or somebody mad, and they come in there, shoot up the office. All that kind of stuff is happening daily.
I agree.
And here I am just trying to come back to the office because y'all want us to come back to the office. Y'all need to look at this world. This world is no joke. Things are changing.
Yeah.
And we're still with that old mindset. We need to get with the program, people.
I agree.
This world did not shut down one day when COVID hit. We had to revamp some stuff.
Yeah. And
we lost a lot of stuff became shortage, like toilet paper.
Oh, man, yeah.
But some of us were resilient. Put a little water on some paper towel. Or some wet naps. There you go.
Yep. Done deal.
So where do we go down where we just like, woe is me, it was so hard doing COVID? I don't remember nobody saying that, because this world kept moving. So I wake up, people.
I can say this.
People.
I can say this, man. I'm of the whole ideology that there's good and bad in everything.
Mm-hmm.
The good thing,
absolutely.
The good thing about COVID, I can honestly tell you this: when COVID happened, it motivated me to start my business venture. Mm-hmm. It worked. Mm-hmm. So that's a good thing about it. The bad thing about it is the fact that the whole world, for the most part, shut down temporarily because nobody could go anywhere. And as human beings, we're social creatures, always have been. That's not going to change anytime soon. Okay, so, but that said, it's like you said, it's getting to the point now to where we don't have to leave the house. And we really don't. We really don't. We can everything.
Go to church online.
Yeah, do everything online.
Just basically. About every movie that's coming to an app.
Pretty much.
So you gotta go to the movies no more.
Yeah, so. and I like going to the movies with my wife. I enjoyed it.
You don't really have to no more.
You don't really have to go to the movies anymore. There's a movie out right now you want to watch.
So it's like talking about segregation. We pretty much already here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because some of us don't want to segregate. Some of us don't want to segregate from our own home because fear we might not make it back. Come on. I might not make it back the way I left. That's sad.
Well,
the schools,
and
the same way.
And here's the thing about it, y'all. And I can honestly say this. And I get it now. I didn't at first. I used to make fun of my wife because she would like tell me to call her whenever I got to work. Mm-hmm. I did. Now I get it. Mm-hmm. I completely understand it now. Considering what happened in Allen, Texas, I get it now.
Oh, shout out to my sister-in-law. She I'm not trying to put her business, but she works for a major place here in Dallas. And somebody just walked up in there and started blasting. Same floor she works on. But just lucky I think she had already left for the day, or she was like one on that floor when it happened. And she just left for work, going to work, and here we are. She could have been on that floor, could have been one of the ones who got,
right, exactly,
caught up in the crossfire.
Exactly.
So, yeah, call me. Let me know you okay. Keep your phone on.
Yep.
When I call you, I don't care if I want to be like, hey, baby. Just be like, okay, let me know you busy. And I be like, okay, I just want to hear your voice. Make sure you good, because I don't want nobody coming to me, and especially your fam, talking about, well, when the last time you talked to him? Mm-hmm. Or when the last time you said, well, he left this morning. Mm-hmm. You ain't talked to him since then.
And I don't want you to have to. I don't want you to have to do that either. To be honest with you, because my sister become unglued.
And that's not fair to them.
No.
Not at all. So, yeah, people, just try to look out for one another. Let's pray that this world we call America will get some kahunas and stop trying to follow other countries and stop trying to pull each other down and let's build together. Don't matter if you black, white. Michael Jackson said it was the best thing. It don't matter if you black and white. It's gonna get done. It don't matter.
Well, yeah,
but okay. I think we've been okay. Oh my God, I didn't know we've been here this long. Yeah. But that's what we want to talk about Jim Crow. It's not a good thing.
I say this all the time, and I continue to say it, man. Us as black people, we have to be on our P's and Q's anyway.
All the time.
Because it's to the point now to where everything that we do is looked at under a microscope. Mm-hmm. We're like an ant farm, basically. Mm-hmm. They're looking at us with an ant, like we're an ant farm,
like with a heat lamp.
Exactly. And
we already talked about the crabs in the barrel.
Oh, come on now.
We gotta go through this too.
Exactly. So let's just.
We're gonna keep talking about it.
We gotta look out for us, man.
We're gonna keep talking about it because it's either it's gonna work in our favor, or we're gonna all have to pull together.
One or two. So.
And just like that little white girl said, we're gonna make us pick all the fucking cotton.
Nah, I ain't picking no cotton.
That's
man.
sad to have a mentality like that.
I'll take that back. I'll pick cotton as I'm picking up one of my shirts off my rack. But other than
I
that,
don't think I could. I remember my mom used to tell me how they had, because cotton grow with sticker bugs around
yeah,
it.
it's got stickers
And she
on
would
it.
have all, like, her grandmother would have all that, and then the man would get mad at you. You put too much blood in. Well, how the hell I'm gonna put blood on it if you got sticker bugs around the cotton? You don't give us no gloves. So what you expect, you know?
My mom used to pick cotton, so I know. So yeah, she used to say that shit too.
So it's like, come on, really? You gonna bust in the back of my head if I put blood on the cotton? Cotton got sticker bugs around, so I'm supposed to pick the cotton without getting stuck.
For real.
But over time, my grandma did tell her, over time, your skin becomes so numb, you don't even bleed anymore.
Right.
So
Build up those calluses. Anyway, babe, as usual, good show. Really, really, really good show. So hopefully next week we'll be on here.
what's next week? Let me look at the date. Nah, seriously. Yeah, some of us need to get it together.
Whatever. But anyway. Hit the like button, like the show, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And next week we'll turn the phones on, man, so we get some phone calls.
Come on a little earlier.
Yeah, come on earlier. Come on time this time. And again, like I said before earlier in the show, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
Absolutely.
All the stepmothers, all the aunties or the substitute mothers, all the godmothers, you know,
Play mothers. Act like a mother.
all that.
You
all
sexy
that.
mother.
Yeah, exactly. All those mothers,
Yeah.
man, you know.
But we'll see how Father's Day go.
Oh, yeah, I already know Father's Day gonna go there, dude. You already know, man. Come on.
Oh, God, that's crazy. It's so funny how
I think it's messed up, man, because
it's
fathers,
a big disparity between the two.
It's a really big disparity, man, because mothers get stuff like jewelry.
I just say every other ad, jewelry, cologne, shoes, purses, Mother's Day cards.
Father's Day,
come here to eat. Fathers be like, come get your dad a tie.
Get daddy a tie, some cheap ass cologne, get him a parking space, all kinds of shit. Come on,
never
man.
Seen. I just seen socks and drawers.
That's it.
That's it. Barely see ties anymore.
For sure.
Well, that is, you know, you daddies, you know.
Hey,
y'all
man.
gotta step and say y'all want some good commercials too.
Hey, we want some commercials. Come on, give us some commercials, man. Come on. But anyway, babe, good show.
Absolutely.
As always,
Subscribe,
hit the like button. You know, do all that good stuff.
Tell a friend.
And we're getting.
Are we still on the other platforms?
Yes, we still on. Yeah, Spotify. You know, picked it up for a little while.
Okay.
They're still on it. We still get on Spotify.
Nice.
So, but yeah, we're literally worldwide now. So we're everywhere. As Grandpa would say, everywhere.
That's good. Good.
Anyway, we'll talk to y'all later on because
right.
I'm getting ready to get off of here and grope my wife for a little while.
Oh, Lord. Y'all pray for me. I'm Mimi the lady.
I'm Reggie O, and I'll holler at y'all.
Bye. Help me. Bye.
Don't help us. She all
Save
right.
me. Hi, bye.